Do you like my thumbnail with the raptor?
Yeah, you gotta turn off your sound.
You should be able to hear it from over there. There. All right, we're back. Apparently, there's a commercial break in progress on TNT. Welcome in, everybody. Good evening. It's getting late on the East Coast for you, friend. It's only about 6 o'clock, 6:15 here on the West Coast in a very, very smoky Seattle, where none of us can particularly breathe tonight. So this is going to be a very interesting game to call from that perspective. The other interesting piece is that we're counting down the end of the Nuggets LA Clippers game, where Denver has now taken a 7-point lead with 25 seconds to go as Kawhi Leonard drills a
Dude,
three-pointer off
my
the
thing's
inbounds.
my thing's so behind. My stream's like so bad right now.
Oh, are you? I'm on TNT West, although I probably should switch over to East at some point.
I'm still on commercials.
Oh, no, you're going to want to hit live when you come out of it. Denver
Yeah, I have no
completely
idea.
turning this game around. LA in the third quarter looked like it had a double-digit lead. Oh wow! For some reason, I just went backwards in time.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. My stream's like all messed up right now.
I went totally backwards in time. That is nuts. What is going on? Oh my gosh! And if I press live, so apparently they've just like rewound everything on us. We are waiting for the Celtics Raptors game to get going here shortly, momentarily. Whenever that starts, we'll bring that to you. I did not. I thought LA was going to get the job done this evening here and close it out 4-1, but it does not look to be the case. The
Yeah, I mean,
Nuggets.
I'll be in the same boat. I completely thought the Clippers would have come out winning, and actually, that's exactly how the game was pretty much playing out as well. From basically the entire start of the game, so I was watching it, doing some stairs and stuff like that. I was just briefly watching, but I mean, Clippers were comfortable this entire game, and then Paul Millsap went on this absurd run in the third quarter, basically by himself. And what's up, Bruno? Nice to see you back in chat, man. It's great to have you here. And yeah, we're pumped for game 7. This game should probably be over shortly. And then we're past the start time. So I think they're
We
going to
are.
start us right away.
Mike, that
They
is
typically don't
what
have
we
a
were
break.
going for here. Is that we thought that we would get past the start time. By the way, I flipped over to TNT East, and it's much better on that side. So if you're on West for some reason, that's probably the better. East is probably the better of the two.
Sorry.
As
Just
Michael
getting
Porter
my.
Jr. hits 2 free throws to extend the lead to 6. The Clippers really only have 20 seconds here. Paul George going to take this in and drive to the lane, get fouled. So we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer to go ahead and start the Celtics game here.
Oh yeah, this is straight up. So I mean, kind of prediction for this one. I think this is just extending the series. I actually don't think it's going to change the outcome at
The
all.
outcome.
I think the Nuggets have been thoroughly outplayed, kind of throughout most of these games. This one maybe not so much. They really stepped up and had a really good run, but I think it's going to be the same. Excuse me, yawning. It is 9:20. We decided to move this game to the later start time.
Yeah, they wanted the Celtics. They wanted to put Game 7 in prime time. So here we are, a little
Uh,
late.
You mean Michael's Porter comments on the fact that he's an anti-vaxxer, or what other comments are you talking about, Bruno? Because we don't like to get political here, but yeah, just leave it at that. Not sure I'm the biggest fan of what he said. It's kind of interesting, but
Doc Rivers there looking a little. Doc Rivers looking a little in. I don't even know. He looks a little concerned. Although Paul George is going to knock down these free throws. One of the best free throw shooters left in the playoffs here.
but put it this way, Bruno. I would say just keep it out of basketball. And this is something I don't even know if I should bring up, but there was a pretty interesting tweet by Stan Van Gundy recently. I was going to post it in the channel, but I didn't want to make anything political or anything like that. But I actually think what his tweet albeit it may be political, but at the same time, I actually think it takes politics out of the game. He said, "Why don't we just take the national anthem out of the game? Why don't we just absolutely just like remove it? And then there's no politics about it. We just play basketball. That's it. There's nothing. There's no controversy anymore. We just play basketball." And I would kind of agree with that. But oh, about wanting more touches. Oh, never mind. Different comment, I guess. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. He hasn't proven yet that he should be getting more touches. I mean, this game's a little different in how he's kind of performed, but I still think he's raw as a basketball player. I mean, it's first couple of years out of there. I mean, you're also
Isn't
sharing
he a
basketball
rookie
with.
or
I
close?
think he's a rookie or a sophomore because I know he broke his back in when he was playing. Well, he only played like 10 games for Mizzou.
That
And
was it. He was Missouri.
then I mean, yeah, he's played really well in the moments. I don't know if he should really get more. I don't think he's in a position to ask for more touches if it makes sense. Put it that way.
Well, that is it. We have a final, which is kind of bizarre to say we have a final from the bubble because that's where the other one is. It's like usually you'll say like we have a final from Los Angeles, which is where this game would have been tonight, but it is not. We have a final here from
I
the bubble. It is
I gotta say
3-2.
one thing though. I am gonna be thoroughly disappointed at the fact that there's not going to be like a battle in LA. I thought that would have been pretty cool.
A battle in the
literally
Staples Center?
everybody goes to the same stadium like
Yeah.
each day.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of hilarious, which probably would have been that this week in LA would have been awful for traffic because every single day or every other day it would be traffic because they don't even have to travel. So it would be the worst thing in the world. If
You
were
got
living in LA.
wildfires, you got coronavirus, you got LA traffic. I mean, at this point,
I
I'm
think
not
all
sure
those
what's
things
going
get
to
rid
kill
of.
us.
I think all those things get rid of LA traffic though.
Well, that's what it is right now. So if we manage to survive this year, I think yeah, everyone's gonna.
Yeah, 2020's thrown a lot out of us
Yeah,
at
pretty
us
much.
here recently, and I'm all for it. I'm all for the adversity. You know, let's see what we can
There's
do
only
from it.
so much adversity at some point. You just gotta like it just has to end. All right, looks like we have a minute to go before we might cycle through and get the tip off of the next game. So here we go. Celtics Raptors game 7, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game we didn't think we were going to get to because we had the Celtics up 2-0
I
with
said
a
Celtics
lead.
6.
He said Celtics in 6. The Celtics were up 2-0 with a lead in game 3 in the final seconds of that game, and then OG Anunoby hits the 3. Toronto wins the next 2. We go 1-1 after Boston looked pretty good for the majority of that game on Wednesday, and then Toronto just took off.
Yeah,
All right.
put it this way: when I went on vacation, I did not expect to be back to the series, and
That's
here we are.
that's the other point. Yes, true.
I did not think we were going to be this far into the series and that we'd still be calling this game. But hey, what? I mean, I'm excited. I'm pumped for this game. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm always excited for game sevens. I don't necessarily. I'm not going to be able to necessarily predict exactly what's going to happen, obviously, but I do think we're going to see a very different play out of Kemba. I don't think Kemba's going to do as poorly as he did last time. But there is something I would like to touch on about the last game, and that is the completely blown foul call on the Kemba Walker layup at the end of the game, which should have been called the foul, and the Celtics would have won the game. So I don't know.
Was that
I think that as
at the end of regulation, or are we going into overtime?
Yeah, it was end of regulation.
End of
He
regulation.
got blatantly hacked. Yeah, he got hit. Like I saw a thing on Twitter, or like I saw a video, and it's clearly he got hit on it. They blew the call, and then the NBA actually came out and apologized it the next day.
Oh, really? Wow.
So the call was blatantly blown, which led to the overtime game, and then basically allowed Toronto to get back into the series once again. If you're going to ask me, so it's 50-50, right? It's just one game.
It's one
but
game.
To be honest with you, at the end of the day, Boston has been outplaying Toronto in the series. 100%. I think there's been some games where Boston has just kind of like blown it and like Toronto's clawed back. Every single game that Toronto wins is never a blowout.
Nope.
It's always by 1 point, and it's always like something in overtime. So in general, yeah, the Celtics have been dominating it. It would be hard for me to not pick the Celtics in this game. So I will be picking the Celtics to win this game and to advance to play the Miami Heat on Sunday, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think the game will be that series would probably start on Sunday unless they're going to wait to sync up the different series because the West is rather behind. Um, although I suppose the earliest that the West could end is on Sunday as well. Starting lineups for the Celtics and the Raptors are going to be the standard, the usual suspects, if you will. It's going to be Siakam, Gasol, the Kyle Lowry, Fred Van Vliet, and I'm forgetting one. And I'm forgetting one.
OG.
OG
Forgot
and
OG.
OG Anunoby for the Raptors,
How
and
can you
then
forget?
yeah, and then for the Boston. Well, some Boston fans want to like get rid of that memory forever.
Yeah,
For the
he's
Boston fans, it's Tice, Tatum, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, and Jaylen Brown. Friend, I actually think the biggest wild card in this entire thing is going to be the play of Marcus Smart, who had one heck of a game in Game 6, going off for 23 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. He was the one with the triple double, as Jaylen Brown's first three from the corner is no good. Remember, he started off Game 6 hitting threes, or Marcus Smart did rather, from that exact corner, and the Celtics were off to the races, but he comes up dry on this one as Lowry discards Kemba Walker and goes for his own three on the opposite side, and that one goes down. Big early shot for Toronto, 3-0 Raptors.
yeah. Sorry, I'm like slightly behind. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
realize.
We'll let you get caught up here as Tatum drives in and he gets it to go off glass. Good to see Tatum getting involved early. He didn't have many points at all in the first half of Game 6 and got it going later. Did almost finish with a triple double. He was at 29 points for the game, I believe. Just one assist shy of the triple double, and
So
there's
before
Gasol.
he actually hit that shot, I was going to say my X factor for the Toronto Raptors is Marc Gasol.
Well, there you go. One of the players that we didn't call very much in the first 6 games. He got involved a bit more in Game 6, and then looking good there on the jump shot. Nice assist. Nice assist down low by Tatum, I believe. They're going to give him the assist. Yes, they will. And the finish there by Jaylen Brown. Siakam working hard against Kemba. Kemba trying to play good defense, and he does.
Yeah,
It
they
just
got
goes
they
off
got the
the rim.
size mismatch. They went at it. Typically, Jaylen Brown's been guarding Pascal and been doing a really good job. Oh,
Tatum
Tatum's got
gets
it back in the
pushed from
corner.
behind by Lowry, but no call. Marcus Smart with one hell of a pump fake there. Can't get the three to go, and
Jaylen
collision.
Brown totally got fouled.
Should be a foul on Kyle Lowry as
That guy
Jaylen
got
Brown.
destroyed.
Nice little dump down pass to Jaylen Brown. Small guy wins there on the baseline. Remember for game 7 of the
Oh,
Houston
easy.
series, should be a bucket, but it doesn't go
Oh
down. They could have
no.
called Tice perhaps
He
for a little
stepped
shove in the
out.
back.
No. Ooh,
No, I
I
guess
didn't
not. Van
roll
Vliet
down there.
driving on Kemba. Van Vliet blocked by Tatum. No goaltending. That was clean. And Celtics are going the other way with this one. They'll slow it up and want to run a half court set. No, they won't. Marcus Smart's going to take 3 front iron and long rebound out to about the 3-point line for Van Vliet and the Raptors. Siakam again on Jaylen Brown. This is the mismatch that we've seen throughout the series, although Jaylen Brown has done a decent job denying
Oh, passing
baseline.
right to.
Woo! Yes, passing right back to Smart. Smart going 2-on-1. Smart finishing.
Nice finish there by Marcus Smart, and there's the bucket that Marcus Smart will get you. Is that transition bucket? In the well, that time he didn't really have to be that attentive. It was kind of thrown to him.
Great active hands there on the steal. Good interception. It's Gasol being guarded by Tice beyond the 3-point line as Lowry bounced pass back to Gasol. Gasol's got a little turnaround jump shot. That's going to be too strong. Rebound down to Tatum. So the Raptors, after hitting their first couple shots, not so lucky here on the last few.
I say this is pretty weird defense the Raptors are playing. The Kemba's going to be short in that three once again. He was very short on that 3-pointer in the last few games as well.
Remember, teams going to a double overtime, playing another quarter essentially, and that was going to be a kick ball.
Let's see this block again. It
Oh, it
actually
is
is a
totally a
goaltend.
goaltending.
It is totally a goaltend.
Oh, it's
They
totally a
actually blew the call. Yeah.
goaltend.
So here we go again. This is another blown call by the referees, guys. But I don't know what it is about the bubble. I feel like there's been more blown calls or things like that. But hey, human error. It happens.
Oh dear, that one's pretty
Nice
bad.
hands there
Great,
by
Jalen
Brown.
Brown. He's going to go 2-on-1 again. Jalen against two Raptors gets
He's got to get
fouled.
fouled.
Yes, gets fouled by
Yeah.
Van Fleet.
He's gotten fouled like 3 times. They're just all over him. That was really good defense and just really smart awareness there by Jalen Brown.
Now we
Once
saw
again,
in the
Boston popping up in the defensive end here.
Yeah, in the OKC and Houston series, both teams in that game 7 came out a little tight. I'm not so
Yeah.
sure that's the case tonight, although they have been missing a few shots, but here's Tatum from the wing. Both teams seem to be kind of getting what they want. The shot's just not quite falling. Rebound to the Celtics, and here's Marcus Smart from straight on, and he's slightly off.
Also, pretty interesting early sub. Tice out for, and then Williams is in for Tice.
Yep. And I don't think that's a foul
I'm
consideration.
assuming it's for defense on Gasol. And that's a really nice crossover right there, step in rhythm to that shot there from Fred VanVleet.
Puts it out over the outstretched arm of Robert Williams. Kemba runs himself into a ref.
Yeah, almost just destroyed the ref there.
I don't think he knew he was there, though.
Damn, those shoes by Tatum are sweet.
The purple.
Yeah,
we got neon purple for Tatum.
Oh, he's wide open. This is what they've been doing. I know you can't throw that cross-court pass, but if he throws it, all right, there he goes. Robert Williams takes it to the hole himself. So basically, on this defense, the Raptors are basically playing what the Celtics are going to want to do is basically overload one side, draw the defensive one, kick it into the middle, and then find the other shooter in the open corner. Right there was Jason Tatum. Didn't need to pass it to him, but that's how they're going to break down this defense, and they've done it a few times.
Lowry to Gasol. Gasol going to go for 3 here, and that hits back out and rebound down to Tatum. Tatum going to bring this one up the court. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is Game 7. I should be wearing black as one of these teams is going to go home at the end of the night, and Jason Tatum's trying to make sure that it's the Raptors, and he hits from 3.
Stepping right into that one.
Beautiful shot by Tatum. He's got 5 here in the early going. The Raptors are going to call their media timeout.
To be honest with you, I'd be surprised if the Raptors stick to that defense. It's kind of odd. It's like Pascal will sit on the block and he will never go past it if the ball's on the other side, which makes him have to sprint to be able to get back to the shooter. But I feel like it's congesting the floor on one side, but I still feel like Boston's too good at moving the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how the defense changes throughout the game. But I think that was kind of a wrench that Nick Nurse sort of threw in there. Let's see how this kind of works out. And I don't know if it is working out.
There'll be
it's still early.
Yeah, opportunity to maybe change things up here after the timeout goes through, rather. We'll see if they come out still in that zone type defense or if they switch back to their man-to-man. In either case, Celtics out to an early 11-7 lead here. 5 points from Tatum. He's off to a good start, which is encouraging to see, actually, because Tatum has gotten off to slow starts in the last couple of games here of the series. So the fact that he's off and running is encouraging for the Celtics fans.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that the Celtics have come out, obviously, just looking at the score, you think, oh, yeah, you can say this, but they definitely look like the team that's more comfortable, that's kind of more calm, that's attacking, that's moving the ball type thing. I was hoping somebody was going to say something about that.
What?
I'll keep wearing some crazy shirts. Watch.
Oh,
I'll have one crazy.
I was going to ask, actually. Okay, is that a Scotch and soda?
No, this one's from Peru.
Oh, okay. All right. Because the Scotch and soda
Embo.
was fresh from the other week, right?
Yeah, the Scotch and soda was fresh. Just saying, if you have a Scotch and soda nearby, 70% off. Not sponsored, not an ad, but definitely go check them out. It's like $40 shirts for $12. It's absolutely insane.
And very stylish. Yeah, when we get, if and when at some point we get out of quarantine, the ladies in your life will.
See, I got the wild shirt. I put the glasses on. I'm a little hipster today, just hanging out, trying to be groovy. No, I'm kidding. I've just been looking at the screen for 12 hours since I woke up at 8 in the morning. So my eyes are going to start watering if I don't keep them on. So It's not a fashion choice. I got contacts for a reason.
It does look pretty fashionable, though, I must say. It's a decent look.
It's fine. I'll tell you where they're from if they sponsor me. It's all good.
All right. The other night, Fran, we were out here. Toronto found itself down in the fourth quarter, forced overtime. Found itself down in the first overtime, forced a second overtime. Finally closed it out. I've got to say, for being the defending champions, they have absolutely stepped up and
Oh yeah.
proven that like they're just not going to roll over, even without Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, 100%. And this is something we basically talked about earlier before the series started. The Toronto Raptors are a really good basketball team, and they've only improved from last year. But the only thing missing is obviously Kawhi. You're telling me that these games, they don't all win if Kawhi's there, right? They're missing that closer, that X factor. I don't think Siakam and Fred VanVleet are necessarily there yet in their careers. They will get there. Overall, the Raptors team it's been fantastic. They played really good basketball. I just think to get over this hump and like to win this series, they need that like X factor player to like take over, you know? I think that's still what they're missing.
Brad Stevens in his Celtic green polo, no quarter zip tonight, as he's getting serious here for Game 7. Off the inbounds, the pass to Siakam at the free throw line is the shot is no good. It's to the right, and that is an obvious foul right in front of the ref for Marc Gasol. I have no idea what he's trying to push Tatum into the sideline.
He's trying to push him to the sideline, but we saw it happens every single game, and it just the defense gets called for a foul every single time.
All right, so once again, we were looking at whether this sort of 2-3 zone type. Celtics are trying to pull sort of four players up to the right hand side, but now
I gotta take like a screenshot of it. I can't like understand what's going on.
Well, there's a couple ways to beat the zone, right? One way is to shoot over it, which is exactly what Marcus
Kyle Lowry decided to shoot over that one.
Carl Lowry decided
and
to
then the try. Cherry pick at the end, classic YMCA basketball. Love to see it. Or LA Fitness, whichever, take your pick. LA Fitness is typically in better shape, so less cherry picking.
Less cherry picking. I think I'm about a second behind you here. As we're going to get Lowry to bring this down. It's a 10-0 run for the Boston Celtics here in the last 2 minutes.
Can you hit live on yours?
I did. Really actually fueled by a few of the Raptors' turnovers that have been... As we have Siakam down low. I'm at 5:30. Rebound to Tatum.
I'm pausing for you.
Tatum going to Smart. Smart going to go for three. Smart hits from three again. He's got two in a row here. Marcus Smart, the X factor we said for the Celtics, is lighting up right now.
At this point, the guy's a shooter.
The guy is a shooter.
I mean, I'm done. I'm done saying he shouldn't shoot. He should shoot.
He's kind of made a name for himself here as VanVleet goes for three. Oh, that actually hits.
Shooter. Speaking of a shooter, there, Fred. Hello.
Yo, Fred has struggled mightily actually shooting the ball. He finally picked it up in the second half of Game 6. Oh, that's it. Got to be a goaltend? No, nothing. Kemba's lay-in there gets deflected by Siakam as Gasol is going to go for three. Speaking of people who probably shouldn't shoot it from three, that might be one of them there. That rebound to Tatum. High screen. VanVleet gets just axed by Williams, and that is going to be an offensive foul.
So basically what they're doing is that they bring the screener up. Hold up. Why does this keep buffering?
I'm buffering too, by the way.
To be honest with you, TNT is never this bad.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
TNT is really good. I just refreshed it, honestly. It's just going to start me at the beginning.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
It's better.
All right, so a little break here in the action.
And that one wasn't a goaltend, actually. That one was legit.
Okay. It was really close.
Yeah, that one was a legit call. It totally hit it first. So basically what they're doing that I'm trying to understand is that they're bringing help off of the screen. So they'll set the pick, then they'll sag off of it. And the person that's guarding the closest Boston Celtic player in that corner helps off to make them pass out of the screen and roll. Kind of interesting. Not sure if it's working. Serge Ibaka with a nice finish right there. And then I will buffer once again.
Yeah, because right now I haven't quite gotten there as I have Lowry shooting three, but not going to make it. The 3:36 mark, rather, of the first quarter. Smart puts a cross-court pass over to Wanamaker. And Jaylen Brown with the dual-colored
Oh,
shoes this evening. I think that is Brown.
it is Jalen.
Yep. Oh my goodness, coast to coast. Nobody stopped ball. Norman Powell just goes in. Nobody
And
stops ball.
Norman Powell's still feeling it from the game
Yeah.
before.
After he took a just bizarre like shot at the end of the first overtime, we're like, what the heck are you doing? But then he like redeemed himself in the second overtime, hitting a few 3-pointers there as Jaylen Brown's going to go for three, and that hits the near side of the iron and just rolls across to the weak side. Rebound collected by Toronto. Talk about not stopping ball. Lowry tries to go again. Can't get it to go. Rebound down to
Oh,
Anunoby. Great Celtics defense, but better offense by Anunoby. And Brad Stevens has
oh,
seen enough.
oof. And OG got, I gotta say, it's a really nice finish to finish over Tice right there. Tice could have easily gotten the block on that one. And this Norman Powell, I mean, it's the same thing. Nobody's stopping ball. Nobody's getting there. I think the timeout makes perfect sense. Totally think Brad Stevens called. They're
They
just
got to
really
take
easy
it anyway.
defensive. Yeah, they're just pretty silly defensive things that have gone on in that first kind of those first possessions that they kind of need to fix up. I mean, Fred VanVleet. I mean, Lowry sprinted down, easy bucket, did it again. He didn't score it, but they got the rebound, scored. Norman Powell did the same thing. And this is kind of what we were talking about in other streams too. The key of the game for the Raptors is to push the ball in transition and to get these easy buckets. What the Celtics want to do is make them just play their half court offense, because as playing their half court offense, they've not really been able to score and be that effective against it. They've been way more effective in the transition, able to hit those buckets and pick those buckets up. So as again, total sense of why Brad Stevens calls the timeout right there. No need. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, the defense from Tice tonight hasn't been as good as we've seen throughout the rest of the playoffs. He was been really good this series, but yeah, didn't stop ball on Powell. The one on Anunoby he has an opportunity to make, but just doesn't connect either. So a
so
little
what?
questionable. And we saw that Brad Stevens actually subbed him out right at the first one of the early whistles there.
Hold on. This is weird. Do we have 0 viewers on Twitch? It says 0 for me, but then I look at the stream and it's not 0.
Oh, I don't know.
Weird.
I
Okay,
don't think
I'll
so.
go with what Twitch says then.
Where is my dashboard there? Let me manage from this side. It's probably
No, I was just confused because typically the one on Streamlabs is always like really up to date and like is the live one, but it's had me at 0 the whole time, and for a fact I know there are not 0 viewers.
It's had you on 0 the entire time.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, it's definitely not. We've got plenty of friends on both YouTube and Twitch sides actually. So welcome into everybody who's who's watching on either platform. We're broadcasting live across both Twitch and YouTube because you get to choose which platform you want to watch us on and which one you prefer. So appreciate everybody hanging out. And if you're a first-time viewer, thank you very much for joining us this evening on this Friday evening here in Real Life Sports. My name is Ritz, and I'm joined by my co-commentator Fran, and we are bringing you Game 7 of the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors live from the bubble in Florida. And we are rooting for the Celtics, actually. So although we can have as many Toronto fans as we like, but I think we do want to see the Celtics advance. We are very keen on being able to call a Miami Celtics Eastern final here, as I think that one is going to be the quality of guard play is going to be sensational, and I just can't wait to see that actually. In any case, we're getting ready to resume.
So I was going through. You can tag something. You can tag a Twitch stream social eating.
Eating.
Yeah, I was going through tags I've never seen this feature. So
just put that just put that on there. Just tag us as social eating. Yeah. We might have to break. Oh wait, you don't have your apple bread yet.
No, I don't, dude. I don't think it's coming. The apple cake ain't coming.
The apple
I think
cake.
it's. I think the post office didn't get enough funding this year, and I think it's stuck at the. It's stuck at
Because I was
wherever
gonna
it is.
suggest I could get my apple cake and you could get your apple cake, and then chat could get whatever chat would like to eat, and then we would qualify as social eating. Yeah, while also watching basketball. This is a nice pass right at the inbounds to Tice, but he just can't get the finish. The little missed shot there. We're kind of reminiscent of Game 6 when Toronto was just leaving a bunch of layups at the rim. This quick shot there by Matt Thomas, a three-pointer from Thomas coming in off the bench. What a contribution there.
Yeah,
21-19.
he's definitely he's out there to spread the floor and get those buckets, and maybe they can get him hot.
This is a problem for Boston. They had a double-digit lead in the second of last game that they just saw evaporate before halftime, and Toronto really took that momentum in. You kept saying, like we were commenting on how poor the shooting was for the Raptors in the first half of that game, but you kept saying like, look, as long as this thing is close, the shots will start falling, and that's essentially what they did. From the top of the key, that shot is way off for Boston. As Toronto's going to try to capitalize here, they can either tie or take the lead with a three if they so desire. Van Vliet's going to get this to Surge, and Surge for three. Surge!
Big
Yes,
time, man.
Surge! The timeout did not help the Celtics at all, as now the Raptors have a 22 to 21 lead. Look, the 15 to 2 run as Tice comes up long. Can't
Yeah,
hit there.
they've also switched to like basically a box, like 2-2-1. I got to see that defense again, but they're basically just stuffing the paint, daring them all to shoot.
Surge trying to go for a second three-pointer. Can't get that one to roll in. Tatum driving in, trying to go with the right hand. Going to get himself a trip to the free throw line. Foul. Good aggressive stance. Good aggressive attack by Tatum. Trying to get some easy points for his Celtics team and stop the Toronto run. It's been a game of runs. Celtics saw themselves get out to a nice, healthy double-digit lead. And then Toronto has come screeching right back. As Tatum hits the first to tie it at 22.
I'm trying. Is that guy a dinosaur?
I think
What's
that
he
guy's.
trying to
I
wear?
think he's trying to be dressed up like a dinosaur. Maybe a
A dinosaur
triceratops.
or something?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I would say it's cute, but he looks terrifying.
Yes, true story. Matt Thomas gets Jason Tatum to just go flying. No shot yet.
And then
It's
he
8
ran
seconds
into
on the
Pascal.
shot. Yeah. Siakam traveled. Oh, I thought that was pretty good defense by Wanamaker, who was straight up, but he's going to get called for a foul. That foul's going to be on the floor or not. That's going to be in the act of shooting? Come on. Shooting
Not
what?
too sure about that.
Shooting
call,
what?
'cause he didn't. Technically, he initiated the shooting motion like after.
Wow, this is a cheap one.
I'm not sure. So, like, looking at his stats here, I mean, yes, he's playing all right, but I mean, this guy was the individual that was pretty much coveted to be the star player for Toronto, and it
Siakam.
hasn't been that. Yes, yeah.
No, it
I
hasn't.
don't want to I don't want to rip on the guy too hard, but I mean, he's got to step up in this game if they want to. I mean, yeah, if they want to win it. I mean, he needs to be the player he has been and was all regular season.
You saw there it was 12 points for him in the Game 6
Yeah,
win.
8 and 8.
And he hits both free throws there. So by a point so far for the Raptors as Kemba stepped out.
It's got to be the most frustrating turnover in the world.
The step on the baseline or the
Yeah.
end line there.
It's so frustrating.
You would think that you'd know where your feet are, but I guess you slide a little bit here.
I mean,
and
if you
there.
think about it, you only got like 2 feet of space. You don't have that much space from the actual
no, especially in the NBA.
point line and the out of bounds. So I mean, it makes sense.
Van
if
Vliet
you're
for
looking-
3. Van Vliet hits it.
And that's really good news for the Toronto Raptors. Him getting hot and actually feeling it right now. He has not been shooting well this entire series.
2 3-pointers from Van Vliet here in this first quarter, getting him off to a great start. Tatum is going to hold this for potentially the last shot. There's about a 5-second game clock, shot clock differential, so it isn't going to be exactly the last one. Tatum gets this outside, and Ojale Yes.
Wow.
Semi for 3.
Wow.
Oh, as Toronto almost gets the half-court shot to go.
I gotta say, really good shot by Ojale there. I mean,
Shemi
getting
gets
them.
the
Yeah.
three-pointer.
So
The assist from Tatum, Duke to Duke, sort of, although he played at SMU after
yeah,
transferring.
transferred.
Almost a Duke
So
connection there, not
I'd
quite.
say it's a pretty weird half. It basically was like 7. It was like 6 minutes of Boston and then 6 minutes of
Of
Toronto.
Toronto. That could be because we've only played a quarter.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it was basically split in half, team and team. I mean, Boston got up to 21 points in about 6 minutes and then scored 5 in the next 6 minutes. And then Toronto was at 10 points and then scored 17 basically in the end of it. So a pretty weird run of the game so far. I would have to say the big standouts right now is just the fact that Toronto's hitting shots that they weren't hitting in earlier games, which is if I was Boston, I'd be slightly concerned about.
Yeah, here's
Not
the fun one.
exactly. I don't think Brad Stevens had figured out what to do on the offensive end against the Toronto defense. They've played the zone and switched into the zone like multiple times, and they've kind of been confused on not knowing how to exactly break it down. I think Nick Nurse is doing a really good job on the coaching front, switching up the plays, switching up the defensive sets to give the Celtics some uneasy possessions. Um,
Yeah, so Fran, here's the game of runs you're talking about. I have the worm up on the YouTube side. We see that from about the 7:23:25 mark of the first, for the next 2 minutes, Boston goes on a 13-0 run, or 13-1 essentially. Yeah, 13-0 run, and then from the five to basically for the next 3 minutes, from the five
yeah.
minute mark to the 2 minute mark, Toronto goes on its own 15-0 run. So there you have it. The game of runs as it is.
And yes, Oz, the social eating my stream would be tagged waiting for the pizza guy. Hey, I don't disagree with you. Just do you put just the one question for chat? Do you guys think pineapple is
Oh,
okay to be on
are we
pizza?
really gonna do this?
Just saying. I
Wait,
just
what
want to pose that
what part
question.
of the conversation are you on though?
What do you mean of what I think is
Yeah,
pineapple allowed to be on pizza?
yeah.
Just for the sake of possibly destroying the stream and people not talking to me, I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
I've had pizza. I've had pineapple on pizza before, and it doesn't taste that. It's not that crazy to me. It's
That's
okay.
called a Hawaiian pizza, by the way.
Yeah, it's not crazy, but I'm not like wild about it. Some people are like all about it, and they get really offended by it.
Well,
But
if you
I
think
mean,
putting fruits on pizza is weird, what's a tomato?
tomato's a vegetable.
Is it?
Akon says nope, nope. Yeah, Akon's going with the no on
Is
the.
it actually a vegetable though? I thought there was
Is
a
it? Yeah,
debate.
Bruno. Hey, it's called Hawaiian pizza in Brazil too. There you
There
go.
you go. There you go. See, just is, just
I
is.
always thought we grew up with putting ham on our pizza, which
Yeah, that's
now
a protein.
which okay, yeah, but now growing up, that's like weird.
Why? That's a protein. It's
Yeah,
like
but all the time
pepperoni.
people, yeah, but all the time also, totally a very interesting Mortal Kombat outfit the interviewer is recording. No, but people like look at me. What do you mean? You put ham on your pizza? Why don't you just like put pepperoni or like prosciutto on it? I'm like, I don't know, ham.
Well,
So I've
prosciutto is
stopped
a
ordering
different
ham.
thing. Prosciutto is a different thing. And ham is healthier than pepperoni, and prosciutto would be even healthier on that scale.
Just saying,
Sort of the
people think putting
leaner,
ham on
like.
pizza is weird.
No, I don't think so at all.
And Hawaiian pizza technically invented in Canada. Well,
Well,
Toronto. There we go.
Toronto. There
Good
you
thing we're
go.
watching. Oh, with Tyson, the big time rejection. No Hawaiian pizza in Boston.
There you go. I was actually there. Yeah, I think I'm behind you here as
Just
Powell's gonna
refresh.
try to shoot for
Refresh.
3, or maybe I'm ahead of you. I'm at 11:40.
Oh, you're definitely ahead of me then.
There we go. I didn't see the Tice rejection, but it was. I'll go with it as Marcus Smart. The Raptors now in their man-to-man offense, so they are ditching the crazy zone and basically switching everything as Tice tries to wrangle that ball in. And Marcus
One
Smart,
more. Oh,
ooh, gets hit in the face.
yeah.
I didn't really.
inadvertent, but
That was quick.
I think it was just one of those like I have to call a foul.
Oh.
But he does get hit, dude.
He
totally
does get
gets hit in
hit,
the
yeah.
face.
As
Yeah.
Siakam's kind of bringing the arms back.
It's
Kind of
totally
an intelligent play by Smart. Low-key five-head here, though, to kind of go into the defender there.
fingers. Yeah, I mean, complete accident in my opinion. He's just trying to get his
Yeah,
hands
I
to the
do
other
think it's an
side.
accident. They're actually not even going to look at it. They're just going to resume play.
Yeah.
Call a common foul on that one.
Thank God. Woo!
Oh!
No review.
No review. 6 seconds on the
Job
shot clock.
refs.
Jaylen Brown going baseline, gets it outside, and this will be a turnover. Turnover for the Celtics, who now find themselves down by a point here with 11:08 to go.
And yes, Akon in chat, I totally agree that it's weird that he didn't flop. Typically, Marcus Smart loves to exaggerate contact, which credit to him. Fantastic defender.
Yes, he has been. Well, I mean, he's been playing exceptionally well on both ends of the floor. Oh, that was a cheeky pass by Lowry. You could see what he was trying to do, but poorly executed as Jaylen Brown just runs it in. Nice little finger roll there, finishes the lay-in with the right hand. Boston back up by 1. Screen by Lowry. Marcus Smart jumps out on Siakam. Probably not the match they want, as Siakam just goes right by Smart. Even though the help arrives from Tice, it's not enough. And,
so is the problem here that Tyson Siakam are wearing the same shoes?
Are they?
Yeah, they are. Oh, that almost went in.
Oh, they
completely.
are.
Pascal almost tipped that into the wrong hoop.
They are wearing exactly the same shoes, and so is Lowry. But maybe.
Lowry's are different.
Oh, slightly.
And then Serge is gonna get back to his old post moves here and draw a foul there.
Yes, foul on Ogilvy, who hit a rather opportunistic three-pointer there in the corner.
And kind of have been ripping on Siakam not getting involved. Really good drive right there, getting involved early into the game. Granted, it's typical Pascal Siakam driving and stuff like that, but he's getting his buckets and he's getting his points.
Inbound, Lowry to Siakam. Gives it up to Powell. Powell going to go in. A little hesitation move. Finishes with the left. Toronto now by 3. Powell playing a good game here early.
I think that game 6 gave him a bunch of confidence.
Yeah, especially late in that game when he was making those shots. Beautiful pass down to Tice. Tice has to finish that. Tice just has to dunk that.
Yeah, so I'm not. Yep, I was gonna say I don't want to be the guy that says like you got to finish it when you get fouled, but there's not enough contact.
No, there isn't.
He's got to finish that.
That was so lame.
Yeah, he's got to finish it. Either go up, dunk it, or try to make the layup. But I think he honestly was way too far off for it to have been a foul.
It's a great whip around pass from Smart. As Tice will hit the first.
That extra pass there is open in the corner, like every single time. For the Celtics.
Well, this
is the Norman Powell highlights here, which yes, he played out of his mind.
He did late, especially late.
Yes, as Akon says, cue contact and make it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even make that one.
It just hangs.
That's why you got to get him. Yeah, that's why you got to get him at the basket when you can.
Yeah, you do. 2-point margin here for Toronto as they find themselves ahead here in Game 7. Still early, still plenty of Game 7 to go. Smart playing Dion Lowry. There's the switch onto Tice. Lowry, oh my goodness, gets Ibaka. Nice, the defense got lost.
Absolutely beautiful play. Really bad communication on the defensive end for the Celtics.
Because they brought the double team onto Lowry and then Ibaka was open.
Yeah, because the help wasn't there for it.
Tice
he was going in no man's land.
Tice had to recover back. Jaylen Brown there, downloaded Tice. Ooh, gets the extra pass out to Ogilvy. That was an interesting pass there. Rebound's actually going to end up in the hands of the Celtics, but the shot clock didn't reset because it didn't hit the rim, I don't think. And that is going to just go back down to Toronto. Lowry going to step into a 3. Nope. Quick shot. Quick rebound. Celtics going the other way with it at this point. As Jaylen Brown just decides to run over Kyle Lowry, who gets a blocking foul. Smart play here, though. He sees Lowry trying to square up and body him.
Yeah, but he just hits him right before he squares up, which is pretty smart to draw the contact and the foul right there. If Jaylen Brown hesitates, he'll totally get called for the charge. I think Smart drew a very similar call last game, but it was actually a charge.
This should be actually Powell's going to go out for Van Vliet. I thought there were 2 fouls on Lowry. A yes, no, just one actually, just one foul on Lowry. Ooh, Marcus Smart almost didn't see the ball coming back to him. He's going to put up the three. That's going to go off the front iron. Great rebound by Williams.
Nice
Look at the
rebound.
extension of the wingspan as Marcus Smart just puts it over the backboard.
Uh,
And Brad Stevens, oh my goodness. Brad Stevens just does this. Oh my, that was a priceless reaction by Brad Stevens.
so I'm gonna take back what I said earlier in
was
the stream about Marcus Smart solidifying his role as a shooter. Just
Technically, that was a floater. Van Vliet with the finish on the right. I can't even get.
I-
Timeout. Timeout Celtics, man. Timeout Celtics right here.
I can't even comment on it. It was like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was so bad. That looks like something I would do at the YMCA.
I mean, he literally threw the basketball above the basket.
Yes.
I've honestly just
Like,
never seen that.
Wait,
before
was
in my
he
entire
was he
life.
hoping that it would like hit the top and then go?
I have no clue. That was disgusting. And yeah, if I was Brad Stevens, like in a Game 7 closeout, like what are you doing, dude? He also had so many opportunities to pass the ball.
Yeah, that looks so
Go on.
odd, right? Because he gathered it.
Don't
from,
worry, it's coffee.
He gathered it from Williams. Was sort of surprised that he got it passed to him to begin with, and then just drove in and was like, "All right, I'm just gonna put this up and
Absolutely wild.
see what happens."
So here we have Oz in chat.
man.
Quintessential Australian pizza is either the Aussie, okay, bacon and egg. I've never had egg on pizza, so I'm gonna kind of put an asterisk on that one for me.
Nope.
Or barbecue, 5 meats and barbecue sauce. I can definitely do that one.
Wow. Is that the Aussie? That sounds
Yeah,
good.
Kyle's nasty missed a bar. I do too. Yeah, it'd be always really interesting to see what this team actually would have with like a DeMar DeRozan if he like didn't end up leaving or anything like that. I think it would have been really interesting. But then again, you'd have no Kawhi and you'd have no championships. So I almost think like if DeMar came back now, this would be perfect for him because he is that type of. Granted,
Another
he is
guard? Do you really need another guard?
no, he's not a guard. DeMar Rose is like a shooting. He's like 6'6". He's a shooting guard, kind of small forward position.
Right.
But like he would have that like X factor to in the clutch moments to take those shots and hit it, right? So I mean, kind of, I would like not saying that. Oh, you guys like the Raptors need to go out and get him, but I think it would be a different impact for the team. Now I gotta say, I know we have Boston fans in chat. This is not looking good. For how Boston is playing. I think the key for Boston here is almost like flipped. In the last game, Boston keep it close to the half, try to reset at the half, and then push forward. Not as many shots are necessarily falling for the Celtics. It may not even necessarily be the shots, just general gameplay has been slightly off, especially on the defensive end. We haven't seen this many defensive lapses by the Celtics in the past. So I think for them right now is keep this game close. If we can get a lead, great. But if not, let's just keep it close. Let's get to the second half, and then let's push in the second.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of the
Kawhi gave them. Akon, I totally agree with you in chat too, man. Like Kawhi kind of broke that that mentality that the Raptors were always stuck in the first or second round, could never get out of it. Because I mean, my entire life, I always knew the Raptors is like, yeah, they'll have a really good record in the regular season, but then we'll beat them. Or not, we'll beat them. The Knicks never mind.
No,
but
not the Knicks.
That they'll get beat in the first or second round, right? And I think, yeah, you're right. Kawhi basically having gotten them the championship. Everybody on this team believes, and more importantly, also the coach and Nick Nurse believes in his own ability to get them there too. So I think this is like a hangover from Kawhi too. Them doing not a hangover, a good hangover in the sense that they still have the really great confidence, and this team has so much experience. Insane.
That's the 23-9. I think it was for the Celtics in Game 7s. The Boston Celtics have been to the more Game 7s than any team in NBA.
Oh yeah,
history.
I mean when you got Larry Bird and
Larry.
all these guys, yeah, of course you're going to go to more Game 7s, and you're probably going to win most of them too. So, and then Tatum is going to be called for the charge right there, and happened to almost actually trip over Lowry.
So,
Pretty unusual that they don't score out of the timeout.
so
Brad Stevens.
I'm gonna butcher this one. I'm gonna pull a Fran here. I'm gonna say up, pal Ethan. There we go. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening on the YouTube side of things. Thank you for the sub and thank you for the like. We really appreciate it here. And thanks to all the fans in chat. As this turnover here is going to go to Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown's going to put this in. Nice runner there with the right hand, finally, and the foul. Actually, he's going to get an and one. And Roblox, unfortunately, we can't show the actual video of the game because we don't want to get into trouble with the NBA. However, we soon will be able to show NFL, so that will start in a few weeks.
Yeah, NFL is going to be big time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the game so you literally can watch it with us. You don't even need to have Fox or any other thing on.
Nope. You're just gonna turn on. You're just gonna turn on the Twitch stream, and it's gonna be.
Hey, Con. Whatever the Falcons got a Thursday night game, we will definitely be doing it. So
starting in week 5,
as long as it's not in the first 4 weeks.
Yes, it is on TNT. Actually, the game is on TNT. So if you're here in the States, that's the place to watch. As we have,
and if you're not in the States, you can watch it on League Pass, or you can also watch it on SportsSurge.net.
Well, there you go. SportsSurge.net or League Pass for those not in the U.S.
The Sports Surge one may be free.
Okay, well, anyway, Tatum driving in, trying to go high off glass, and Williams finishes with the right hand. There you go. Williams, good contribution from him tonight. Still a 4-point margin, however, as Toronto is sitting pretty right now at 37-33. Ibaka's going to go for 3, and Ibaka, off the iron there. He actually hit 2 3-pointers in the second quarter of Game 6, and we thought for a second he was going to go off, but then calmed down a bit. Tatum now looking to assert himself there with the purple shoes. Drives in and gets this back out. Williams thinks about it. No, sorry, that was... Hold on. That was Marcus Smart. My bad. Tatum's going to put up a wild jump shot, and that's not going to go. Surge again, going to go for 3, and Fran, write it down. Write it down. Oh my God. Write it down, because we have fouled another 3-point shooter in this series.
I am taking notes, my friends.
My goodness, they do it again.
Hey, we have improved today. This is fantastic. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics for fouling a full quarter later. Who was it this time? Kemba.
It was Kemba. Oh, my God. The fouling of the 3-point shooter. If the Celtics do advance to, like, Miami...
they're going to get toasted.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely toasted if they keep fouling like this. It's so bad. So if anybody is keeping track of this, because I am, the Celtics in Game 6 fouled a 3-point shooter at 6:46 seconds in the first quarter. We have now made it to the second quarter, and the Celtics have fouled a shooter at the 6:05 mark. So a little improvement, just a whole quarter later. But
those are your next gen stats brought to you by AWS. No, just kidding. Brought to you by Fran.
Pen and paper.
With pen and paper. Didn't even need the cloud for that one. As Ibaka's gonna, old school
bad tracking.
Ibaka's gonna step up to the free throw line for his 3rd free throw here and try to give Toronto their 40th point. And I have no idea why they're stopping play. Kemba not having scored yet. Only 5 points in last game.
What's going on with Kemba?
I have no idea.
Understand.
I mean, I kept asking for 4th quarter Kemba. I never got it. Then I asked for overtime Kemba, and I still didn't get it. And then I asked for overtime Kemba again in the second overtime, and I lost. So I don't know. Man, I don't know what to tell you, because this guy had clutch in his jeans, and he didn't show up at the 4th quarter, 1st or 2nd overtime. He got plenty of chances to do it. Just didn't happen. Toronto's kind of really taken him out of the game, though. Oh, there's an interception by Marcus Smart. Great defense as he picks off Van Vliet. Alley-oop to Tatum! Oh, in transition! Get out and
Oh,
run!
absolutely fantastic play. Lethal there to give that up.
Marcus Smart not only looking like a scorer, looking like a guard there. Like a point guard. Nicely done by Smart and Tatum to run the little two-man offense. Okay, that's either a flop or a serious elbow by Ibaka, and they're going to call it a charge. Do we agree, Chad?
I'm going to go with flop.
Because it's Marcus Smart or because...
I don't know. He fell really fast,
He
man.
did fall really fast.
I got to see a replay of this because he hit the floor like instantly. Like there was no hesitation. Akon thinks it's a flop too. That was wild. It's like
Kemba to Smart. Smart driving in on Van Vliet, and Smart's going to put it up off the quadrilateral, the square there on the backboard.
Hey, at least he hit the square this time.
Yeah, better. Jeez. A little lower there. Oh, I hate this call too. Man, that's such a cheap foul.
That one. Oh yeah. It's one of those like guard fouls that you just kind of get to reset the play. It's kind of goofy.
Boston is in the bonus. Toronto is not. So the next foul committed by the Raptors will send Boston to the free throw line with 5 minutes left, effectively, in the second. Tatum guarding Anunoby. Ooh, good matchup here. And Anunoby just backing him down. Oh, even better hands by Tatum as he strips Anunoby and comes up with the steal. Tatum, can he convert on this end in the offensive end? No, he can't. Thought he got fouled on that one, but the shot is no good. Van Vliet. Raptors in transition before the Celtics defense can set up, but Kemba, getting his pocket pick by Powell. Kemba to Brown. Brown comes down with it, back to Kemba. A little bit of wild going on here, and it's out of bounds. Boy, they really mucked that one up. A lot of wild.
Oh my God, that one was bad. Yeah.
We're just pinging back and forth here. 4 straight turnovers, 2 by each team, and no points either way. Nothing happened.
Yeah, a whole lot of action, but also at the same time, no actual results from it. And at the end of the day, I think those plays that are just hustle from the defense. I mean, they're getting back and they're actually able to make those plays difficult to actually kind of to finish. I think, yeah, as Bruno says, that is some classic LA Fitness basketball right there. Yeah, I totally agree with you. That was really bad. Yeah, I mean, it was great defense and hustle by everybody, but the offensive execution was just non-existent at all. I'm still going to stick with what I said before. I still think the Celtics need to keep this close, and I think that if you're a Celtics fan, you're happy if you actually make this into the half, kind of keeping it a close game. I don't think the Celtics have found their groove at all. I think that Nick Nurse has been playing this game and coaching this game fantastically. I'm not going to call out Brad Stevens, but I think he's getting a little out coached in this game right now, especially on the defensive end. The rotations for Boston have been very different. We've been seeing a lot more Williams. We've been seeing less of Tice. We've been seeing Ojale. We've been seeing a lot of different matchups and lineups that we haven't seen before, and I still don't necessarily understand why. Not that there's always going to be everything, but I just think it's slightly odd that he's been moving away from the lineups that have gotten him necessarily this far.
Only a 3-point game here as we're taking the media timeout, basically the 4-minute media timeout. As you mentioned, Celtics wanting to keep it close, just get this thing to halftime and then maybe regroup and push for the final 24 minutes here. They are doing that here at 37-40, a lower scoring second quarter than the first one. We're already halfway through and not quite on pace to get to where we were after the first quarter as far as points in each of the quarters. Marcus Smart with 10 points, Jason Tatum with 11 to lead the way for the Celtics. On the side of the Raptors, it's Van Vliet actually with 10, and Lowry, the other starters haven't really broken 5.
Yeah, not at all. It's actually been the bench has been helping them a lot. And Bruno, yeah, I'm gonna go with Boston. I picked them before the game, and I'm gonna stick with the pick. I'm not gonna change it. I don't think anything in the game has completely thrown me off or necessarily surprised me. The fact that I should necessarily change it. I still think Boston's in a position to win it. I think they just kind of need to get their act together and actually put some points on the board, run the right offense, and kind of break down the defense. I feel like everything they've been doing up until right now has been pretty rushed, which is credit to the Toronto defense and how they've kind of been playing it. But I do think that I still think the Celtics are in a good position to win this and take the series.
The three-point shooting has been a storyline throughout this series. Boston currently struggling from the three-point line, only 4 of 19. We saw the three-point shooting barrage that they were putting up against the 76ers in the first round of the playoffs, which they carried into the first 2 games of this series, hitting 19 and 17 three-pointers in games 1 and 2, and then it has dropped off considerably since then. I've got this thing buffering here on my side.
Did anybody else just see Tatum's hand? It was weird. It looks like he had like it's like scars on his hand. It looks like he is from like a surgery or something. That was wild. But hey, true. But that kind of ball won't fly against Miami. Yeah, right now, to be honest with you, I think Miami is better than both of these teams.
And they're rested.
Yeah, nothing. I'll get back to it later, but I'll leave it for halftime. Here's Kemba maybe trying to get himself going there. He's going to take the runner in the lane. Nice stop and hit right there for Kemba. I think hopefully that's something that we can get him to keep going and get him going. Lowry's going to go off of the screen set by Marc Gasol there. And then Smart's going to actually beat everybody, hustling all the way down, and he is going to lay it up. Good thing he thought about dunking it. Good thing he didn't.
He did think about dunking it there. Not quite.
OG with the ball. He's going to take the shot, step behind on Marc Gasol, but he's going to be off. He is only clutch when the shot clock is at 10 seconds or less.
Yes, pretty much.
Kemba's going to take that odd step in 3 that he's kind of fallen in love with, but keeps missing. I don't.
Honestly, I think Kemba needs to. Brad Stevens needs to get Kemba into the pick and roll and start driving and going to the basket, like going downhill. Because the best thing for right now for Kemba might be to get him to the free throw line and just see a couple balls go in. Even.
Yeah, and that last possession was perfect for that. I mean, he got down low, fade away, nice shot in rhythm. I think he just needs more of that. He's got this. I'm not sure about this like step in 3-pointer right away. I don't know if it. Maybe he normally hits him, but it just hasn't been going down.
2:55 tier to go in the second. Boston now back on top, 41-40 in this game 7. Final game to decide who's going to go to the Eastern Conference.
That shot's there the whole game.
Yep,
it's been there the whole game. I've said it the entire time. Every single time they're on the other side of the court, the corner 3 on the opposite side is going to be there, and eventually Pascal's going to get slow. He's only on the block.
And Jaylen Brown rings it home there. An 11-0 run for the Celtics in the last 3.5 minutes. This game has been a game of runs.
Yeah.
Boston, Toronto. Boston, Toronto. Now back to Boston as Van Vliet's going to try to get Toronto going, and that hits the front iron and no good. Rebound down to Brown. And now the Celtics don't even really need to hang on for halftime as they find themselves ahead. Tatum working on Van Vliet, backing him down. Tatum.
Gotta go again. This is a mismatch. He can shoot over this.
Trying to repost this here. 5 seconds to Tatum's going to be forced into a step back jumper, and he does. Yeah. That comes off the front iron. Great defense by Van Vliet, actually. Phenomenal defense by Van Vliet.
And there, I mean, that play right there, that interchange between Mark and Fred is exactly what you want to get Marc Gasol involved. That's what they need.
Did the Celtics just stop playing?
Yeah, they just stopped playing defense. It's really weird.
What?
Jaylen Brown's going to hit that absolutely beautiful turnaround fadeaway jumper on the baseline right there. Nice assist.
Yeah, as he comes across, stealthy.
And then Marc Gasol's open at the top of the key. He could shoot that next time. Finds Fred in the corner. Fred's going to be off once again. Off on his last 2 3-point attempts. He is 2 of 4 for the night. Still a good percentage.
Yeah, he just got to keep shooting them, honestly. As Kemba's going to come on the other side. Screen by Tice. Kemba, yes!
And that's the elbow jumper we've been talking about, that comfort zone right there for Kemba. I think he's got to keep going to his spots. Play the spot. Get to your spot, hit the shots. Don't play the shot, play the spots.
That is big. Kemba now with 4 points so far on the evening. Van Vliet. Gasol right down the lane and foul.
Could have got the ball there, but yeah, good call, good foul. And then right after that foul, my stream has
stalled itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, TNT seemingly struggling tonight. I guess there's a lot of people tuning in to watch.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also like giving me an error, like an unusual connection error that I've never gotten before.
Oh.
Hey, maybe they're in the fires like you.
Yeah, apparently. Jeez.
I got a 10-second commercial, so all you.
All right. Gasol hits the first of the 2 free throws here. Tomorrow night on ESPN at 8 p.m. Eastern, it is the Western Semis Game 5, Rockets versus the Lakers. Lakers taking a 3-1 lead in that series, and there's some very interesting news.
To end.
Some very interesting news to talk about at halftime coming out of the bubble with Houston.
I'm pumped, and it will be PG-13 rated. Not R, but it'll be PG-13, so.
40 seconds left to go here in the half. Boston leading 48-44. 36 is Kemba now with the dribble, getting double teamed over the top by Van Vliet. Gasol gets it to Tice. Tice is going to drive in. Oh my goodness, what a block by Siakam, but it just lands in the hands of Brown.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't think Tice was ever getting up to dunk it.
Wow.
If you watch the replay, I don't even think he was even going to make it. And luckily, the ball breaks Celtics' way and they get a bucket.
It
really
does.
Good defense there by Toronto. Unlucky. Hard to swallow.
3-second game clock, shot clock differential here. Van Vliet has it as he goes to Gasol, back to Van Vliet, and now Van Vliet is racing down against Tatum. Van Vliet puts it up over Tatum with the right hand. What a finish. 4
really
seconds.
Strong finish there.
4 seconds. Kemba's got it. He's going to have to put up a half-court heave. 2, 1. Kemba's going to go for 3, and no good. Would have counted if it went, but it did not. So Boston, who's gotten lucky on a couple end of quarter and end of half shots, not so much there. And we have hit the halftime. All right. Boston 50-46 here in the bubble in Game 7. Thank you once again to all the viewers across both Twitch and YouTube for hanging out with us this evening. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying Game 7 as much as we are. So far, so good here. The way that this is going, my guess is that we're going to go in for another
we're going down
wire
wire
finish here. So
honestly, the one thing that does concern me is that this has been, and we've said it multiple times, this game has been a massive game and run. So my one worry is that one team just doesn't get the run again, right? That is kind of left in the dust, and that almost happened there with Toronto, but they were able to get some buckets. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. They were able to get some buckets there, but the only concern is that one team just doesn't follow back up with another run of themselves. But as of right now, it's close. I'm still sticking with Boston, obviously, but it is almost like a 50-50 game right now going into the second half of a Game 7. It's pretty much whoever wants it more is going to get it. And I have to say, I'm not going to say that the Celtics necessarily want it more, but I know for a fact that Marcus Smart wants it more than everybody else. We just see by his hustle and his absolute determination to get the basketball on those steals and to finish the play on the other end. He's definitely playing with heart and everything that he needs. So it should be an interesting end to the half, or to the end of the series, and I think it's going to be a good one towards the end. A few things that I want to cover as my brother is taking, I think, a break because there's so much smoke in his apartment from all the fires.
I'm right here.
A few announcements for tomorrow. We will, or at least I will be streaming, and we will be streaming the Premier League season opener for Liverpool tomorrow. It is against Leeds United, a newly promoted team. There is some history there, and there is some rivalry there between Leeds and Liverpool, basically just in the 60s and 70s when Leeds was actually good. But they have a very good squad. It will be a very tough game, especially since we have not necessarily strengthened our squad. If you want all my want to hear all my opinions about Liverpool, the general transfer market in general, what's been going on with Chelsea and other teams as well, just tune in tomorrow. Try to keep this basketball and football as much as possible, but I'll have all my opinions and everything over there. Yeah, and exactly. Firmino's got hands down. The Bobby Dazzler has the nicest smile in the Premier League, but unfortunately, it's kind of fake. But that's fine. We all know that the entire Liverpool team uses one dentist, and it is actually hilarious because every single time someone comes to Liverpool, they all have Bobby's teeth like instantly. Klopp got Firmino's teeth the second he came. Coutinho got Firmino's teeth once he got it. It's
But
pretty funny.
this man has got to be a magician. Like, what's a?
Yeah, he's got. I mean, they take pictures with him, and it's absolutely hilarious. But it's great. And also Bruno. We have a few Brazilians on our team. We got Fabinho, Alisson Becker as well. I mean, so actually, pretty much my favorite players of the team are pretty much all Brazilians. Now that I think about it, so definitely a lot of your countrymen playing there, and it's also it's fantastic to see. You got the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. And yeah, Leeds United odds climbed their way. Yeah, it's been really tough for them. It's glad to kind of see them. Played for my time. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that stream will be on going at 12:30 Eastern
That is the
tomorrow.
promo
There's
for tomorrow.
There's a lot of things going on with that. Should be really interesting. Fans are starting to actually come back to the stadium in October in the Premier League, so should be really neat. A lot of energy, but yeah, all my opinions and all that sort of stuff will be kept with Liverpool. Then again, if you want to ask me throughout it now, it totally can. Another heads up is that Formula One will be racing on Sunday in, I think it was Italy as well. So that should be an interesting race. It's been a pretty contested season so far, not the typical runaway with Mercedes that we typically see. And that's international sports for you. Now we will get back to the NBA.
Right. So that was the promo for yesterday. 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. We'll have the Liverpool game against Leeds United right here on the channel. So make sure to drop a follow if you're on Twitch or a sub if you're on YouTube, and come back for that if that suits your fancy. All right, Houston. House from Houston, House Jr., booted from the bubble for a violation of team health and safety rules. According to the NBA, an investigation found that House had an unauthorized guest in his hotel room for multiple hours on Tuesday. Tuesday. Yes, just Tuesday. Tuesday evening, Tuesday day, not really sure. Tuesday. He's been sent home and not to come back at any point if even Houston were to make it to the next round. Friend, this is not the first time we have seen this with athletes in the bubble-esque environments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say here, but pretty much the NBA allowed you to bring anybody you wanted into the bubble as long as they quarantined for 6 to 7 days. So clearly Eddie House was having his mind somewhere else. The rumor circulating on NBA Twitter is that this individual happened to be one of the people that tested the players for COVID, which is actually kind of hilarious now if you think about it, because he was kicked out for breaching COVID rules with somebody that tests COVID, right? So pretty interesting scenario for Eddie House. I'll be honest with you. If that happens in the locker room, for me, in the playoffs, it throws me off. I'm not going to lie. I think that's a pretty weird thing to happen.
For someone to get tossed.
Yeah, especially if you're in the locker room, like you're all committed, you're all 100% in, especially with Russell Westbrook. Like the guy is an absolute madman. Like they're all committed to the series, they're all committed to the playoffs, and then this kind of happens. It just...
And you go and make a boneheaded decision to put yourself over the team, and you're like, it's selfish, right? It's like...
It's tough. It's a really tough environment for the locker room to be in. I'm not going to say that's going to go out and determine how they necessarily play. I still think they're going to get beat tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep, as Oz loves to say it, that it's going to be a 4-1. I think the Rockets got that one game, but to be honest, yes, I do want to talk about Caruso. You actually, that's actually a perfect segue, Bruno.
Go.
So I went to go visit New York over the weekend, and I saw a bunch of friends and everything. We were watching basketball, and I have to say, one of my friends absolutely adores Caruso to the next level. It is hilarious. Literally loves Caruso and everything he did. And I was like, oh yeah, he's an okay basketball player. But like he actually like sat me down and was like, watch what this kid does. So I would have to say the emergence of Alex Caruso has actually completely changed how the Lakers have been getting baskets and getting points on the board. We've been saying this entire postseason that most likely transition buckets are kind of just not really fathomable because most teams are wanting to play you in the half court. Alex Caruso has sort of enabled the Lakers to have that transition offense. He runs the floor, he plays defense, he hustles, and he does all the little things. There were multiple plays. It wasn't this last game, but it was the game when I watched before where Caruso was the first one down the court, the first one back on defense, the first one to sprint after a turnover, the first one under the basket. The guy wants to win and he hustles every single second. I would say he is the evolution of like the new generation of role players. He knows that he's not necessarily supposed to go out there and get you 20 points, but he'll get you 10 to 15 and he'll get you the 10 to 15 in the way that you want and make the entire team around him better. I have high regard for Alex Caruso, how he's been playing. I know a lot of people think he's like a meme or he's like a joke or something like that, but like he's not. He's actually he balls. He's a really good basketball player, and it's proving in the playoffs. Granted, yeah, playing with LeBron James is extremely helpful to make you look better, but he's doing exactly what LeBron would want in a basketball player, and you have to give him hats off to that. And he's playing really well. Worked his way up from the lower ranks, and now he's playing. So, and to be honest with you, he throws down some nasty jams. So, actually, kind of a high flyer. It's pretty exciting to watch play when he gets a lane.
Actually, this is sort of you see a common theme in a lot of the LeBron teams, especially the ones that make deep runs, where you have role players that step up and fill a certain like need,
Yeah.
right? We saw this in that second team with Cleveland, right? Obviously, had Kyrie as their star, but Delvado was also like,
yeah. Then like what
the
happened
only time we've ever mentioned
after
his
that?
name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he got
right.
a big contract with Milwaukee, and we never heard from him again.
Right, but like
that was it.
But he was huge for that down in Miami. It was Ray Allen and Boozer.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Or Battier? Boozer or which? Damn it!
Battier,
which of the Dookies? Battier was the one. Yeah, that took
Carlos
the ring there.
has no rings.
Buddy. All right. It's Battier. But he does have a Duke degree, which he just got last week. By the way,
he just graduated.
He just graduated. Good for him. So there's always these like role players that's like kind of step up, and the other night was Rondo, and then Caruso. To your point there. So yes, that series to continue tomorrow night. Fran calling for the gentleman's sweep, the 4-1.
Yeah, I don't see how the Rockets get into it. I think I think they've figured out how to win the Lakers, and they're just exposing them. There's no way they can guard. They just can't. The way how Houston matches up, they just can't guard in the way how they necessarily play. They can't guard the Lakers. Like, yeah, if the Lakers come out and miss every single shot and they shoot 20%, yeah, of course the Rockets are going to win. But I just don't think – I also think some of the coaching ideas there, I know Oz and I spoke about it when it happened, the Mike D'Antoni early challenge in the game. There's been some few coaching interesting points and things like that. So I think the Lakers will come out and pretty much will take the game tomorrow. Now, one thing that I do want to touch on and that we should talk about is the future of the Eastern Conference Finals here. So –
well,
kind of what we were saying
jinxing.
Earlier. No, I'm not saying that Celtics are going to make it. I'm not saying that the Raptors are going to make it. I'm just saying that I think both of these teams are not as good as we maybe necessarily thought.
Well, interesting, because when we came into this series, having watched sort of the Celtics domination of Philly, we were riding really high on the Celtics. We're like, this is one of the most complete teams. And like, they can hit you from multiple angles. You never know who's going to step up. And then we saw Miami and what they did to Milwaukee. We're like, okay, wait a second here.
Thank you, Oz, for we got 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And I completely agree with you. And I was right there with you as well. I thought the Celtics were doing great, and I thought they were going to be the favorite. And I pretty much thought that until this went to 6 and 7, because I saw something in the Celtics that I just didn't necessarily think was there. And it was this like weird, it's not like the killer instinct, but they just didn't close the game out. They didn't win the game. They didn't necessarily knew what they did. Some of their stars are sort of faded in the big moments where they've needed to step up. I just maybe it's because both teams are good and they're playing each other that they're
Yeah.
making both of them look bad. Totally get it. But if I'm just looking at it from trends, Miami Heat for right now, I would say are the best team in the East.
I think that this has been a very even matchup across both teams,
Yeah.
though. Because and it's odd because you have mismatches on both sides of the ball. It always seems to be like it's a Siakam on Jaylen Brown that they're trying to expose, and then on the other side, you throw in like Tatum on one of the smaller defenders for the Raptors, like a Van Vliet or something, and he's got like a couple inches on him, right? But like, and so like in each case, they have these like rather obvious like matchups that they try to exploit, and in that way, I suppose they match up quite evenly against each other. Um, but yeah, I mean, it all came down to that game three like winner. That all completely swung the series. I mean,
And again, if like they win the game 3 and they get the sweep, I'm sitting here saying the Celtics are the best team, right?
right,
So
exactly. It's a totally
they're
different
they're
narrative.
so yeah, it's a completely different narrative. So I mean, yeah, but yeah, I agree. Akon is calling for a Lakers versus Miami. Wow, that would be quite the star, the city, the
Yeah,
two cities on the East Coast and West Coast, the big show
be
cities.
quite
That would be
phenomenal.
a very good. Actually, would be a pretty interesting series because you'd have like Bam, Gart. That would be really interesting. I think, yeah, Miami in general. I also think it's just the way how Miami runs their offense. They do involve everybody. Like Tyler Hero will always get his touches. Bam always gets his touches. Duncan Robinson always gets his touches. Like everybody gets their touches. It'll just be interesting to see with the matchup in the Eastern Conference. But I have to say, right now, for me, I would kind of put them favorited to win the Eastern Conference. Now, do I think they can do anything against the teams in the West? No, I would still take the teams in the West over it. I have the Clippers winning it all, but I think whatever team wins the Western Conference Final wins the NBA
Wins
championship.
the NBA championship.
Yeah.
Just
And yeah,
about, yeah.
and Bruno, yeah, you're right. So that's the other thing about Miami is that they have the Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic factor. Basically, you have two of the best guards, not the best guards in the league, but you have two of the guards that are performing at the highest level in the league, and that changes the factor for everything. That basically was why the Bucks lost. They just lost in the guard battle.
Yep.
They couldn't keep up with the scoring. They couldn't stop them from scoring. Their guards just were not good enough to keep up with them. They could match up with them everywhere else, but they just couldn't match up at the guard position. And I think that moving forward for them is kind of the big is what they need. They have the game managers, they have the role players, so I think they are poised for a very good run. Either way, I think that matchup is going to be good. I don't think I don't think the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be like a 4-1. I think it'll at least go 6 games minimum.
I think that the other subplot of the other subplot of a Miami Lakers one would be, of course, Spoelstra being the former coach of LeBron, right?
Oh, you're right.
And like
Actually,
there's history here, and so you would think that perhaps Spoelstra knows a thing or two about guarding his former star, and if he could sort of schematically draw up some sort of, you're never gonna fully contain LeBron, like that's impossible.
correct.
I'll
Yeah.
probably eat those words at some point in like my streaming career later, but
No,
for now
it's not
it's like it's
containable.
impossible, right? But you might contain him to 20 instead of 30, right?
Correct.
So
I just think it's
and maybe a former coach would be able to draw something up to do that schematically, right?
yeah, just for me, the Miami Heat just seem just overall the best team in the East. Would you take?
The redeem team or the dream
Would you
team?
take the Redeem Team or the Dream Team? Yeah, 100% the Dream
The
Team.
dream team. The dream team.
100% any day of the week. Take the Dream Team. That thing was nasty. We did during quarantine. We did go back and broadcast old games, so I did get to go see what those players were all made of. And let me tell you, they
Wow.
would beat the living daylights out of the people in the league right now.
A little bit of a cut from perhaps a slightly different cloth or a different
Yes.
era. A different
Slightly
era.
different rules also playing basketball. My God.
Resuming
And hey,
play.
we are back.
Resuming play here in the bubble. It is the Boston Celtics ahead by 4 points, 50-46, as Gasol is going to try to get things going for the Toronto Raptors and come up short on his turnaround shot over Williams here. Or no, sorry, over Smart. It is the same starting lineups for both teams coming out in the second half. No changes there as Tatum is going to think about three, gets Siakam in the air, the jab step there, and Tatum, yes, swish it, baby. Whew.
Nice step in shot right there. That's big time
That
for the
was
Celtics
so
right off
pure.
the start.
So
Yep.
pure. Nothing but net on that shot. It looked good. The second it left his hands. Big shot.
Celtics switching.
Siakam working up against Jaylen Brown. Oh, great hands by Jaylen
Oh,
Brown.
good hands again.
Jaylen Brown on the floor, but the Raptors are able to recover on Van Vliet as he's got 5 seconds. And Van Vliet, oh my God, he's just going to give it up. Great active hands by Kemba, actually strips it away. And Marcus Smart to Jaylen Brown. Half-court offense here for the Celtics. Back to Tatum, pulling
Good
out.
defense there by Toronto to stop the ball.
Yeah, trying to pull Siakam well out of the paint, and he does.
He's got the double already.
Oh, that's the shot that you say is open all the time. Jaylen Brown, nice friendly roll.
Yeah, he makes it. I was going to say, he can't miss that shot once I call him open every single time. Jeez, I was about that. I was like, oh, please make it.
It was well contested.
Come on, he's got to make the commentator's point stick, you know?
Kyle Lowry for 3 straight away. No good here.
Nope.
Careful here. Danger zone here a little bit for Toronto coming out of the half. Remember, we say games are won at the end and start of halves, and so here we go. A good few minutes, first 4 minutes here for the Celtics would be big.
Yeah, foul.
It's Kemba. Well, here's Kemba driving to the basket. We wanted to see some more aggression from him, and here's a bit of that aggression that we see coming right out of the locker room. Kemba going to go to the free throw line for 2.
It's so odd how defense has adjusted in the NBA. Like, when anybody throws that pump fake in the air and a defender goes flying, they run another defender at you to make you actually pass the ball. It's very weird, which makes sense, but you just used to see them pump fake it and then just shoot it. But they'll rather you pass the ball and to keep the defensive rotation going, and maybe you can get set again. It's smart, but
I think there's
just never really seen it like this, like so obvious in this. Like they're like literally Kyle Lowry just ran at him and left his man wide open.
As Kemba misses both free throws. My God. I said Kemba needed to get to the line to see a few go down. He gets to the line, doesn't see any go down.
Doesn't see anything.
It's just the exact opposite of what we were calling for there. I think it has something to do with how the high percentage of scoring comes from 3, and you don't want a team to beat you for 3, so you do whatever you can to sort of discourage that 3-point shot.
Flop. Really nice defense of Jaylen Brown to actually get that tip, but Siakam's able to clean up the mess right there. Good defense and better awareness by the Raptors.
7-point lead now. I was going to say 7-point rotation, but that's not right. 7-point lead as Kemba gets
split
down
of the
low,
double.
just leaves it short. Kemba just can't seem to buy a bucket right now, and Van Vliet comes up with it going the other way, working on Jaylen Brown. He's going to dive into the basket, but they're going to have to kick this back out to Lowry, who's on Tice. A mismatch here, speed versus size, and Speed's going to win and get the and one.
Big time finish there by Kyle Lowry. Will be interesting to see the replay on that and see if he actually pushes off. We've seen this actually called against Tyler Hero before. No, it doesn't look that bad. I think it's an accurate foul call.
No, this is fine. This is fine.
Yep, I'm all for that one. No, that was fair.
Yeah.
Yelling at his teammates to come pick him up faster. Who is your favorite player, both of you, any era? Interesting.
Ooh, interesting. That's like really tough. I grew up in the Jordan. I was old. I'm old enough to remember Jordan's final years. I remember watching some of his games with Dad there towards the end.
Tatum's able to shake off Siakam and hit again for 3. So he's going to extend the lead out for 7. I'll get back to you on the commercial on who my favorite players.
Tatum with 17 points, 6 of 12 from the field. That's a tough shot by Lowry. Just goes over the basket.
He was expecting the contact and the foul call right there.
7 points.
Totally.
7-point lead right now for the Celtics as Brown gets it back out to Tatum. Tatum calling for a high screen.
He wants a screen, yep.
Yes.
And Siakam's going to switch on that, and they're also going to bring up Smart.
Tatum, too strong, but Tice there to clean it up.
Nice.
Finally.
That's exactly what Tice is there for. Crash the board, put it back, get that easy bucket, go down. They got the 9-point lead. As you said, this is like the game of runs. Toronto needs to answer this one back.
Well, wow.
Oh, nice crossover. Just absolutely sat it, but then Tice throws it against the backboard.
And, oh my goodness, that almost went down. This looks like an intentional foul.
He shot.
He did.
He totally shot.
Tice here with the cleanup, but on the other side, this looks like an intentional foul by Toronto, who just basically hugs.
That foul, that block is clean.
Yeah, that's the first one that's actually not a goal.
Throws it to the backboard. That one is actually a clean block. I'm surprised that this is not a shooting foul. He actually shot it.
Yeah, because what? If it had gone in, they would have had to give him an and one.
Like he actually, like typically you'll see they get fouled and then shoot it. He shot and got fouled.
What if it had gone in? They would have just waved it off?
Yeah, they wouldn't have counted it.
Oh my goodness. That's a travesty. Because it was actually a legitimate shot attempt. Here's Brown for three. That hits the back iron, rebounded by Siakam.
He outsmarted the defender 100%. Like he knew he was going to get fouled.
Because usually you're right. They does it, and you're just like, come on, man. Like it's
nice move there by Siakam, able go down there in the paint, and then nice spin move to finish with the right hand.
Yeah, because like usually you're like, come on, guy. Like you're just like throwing it up there. But I thought that looked like a legitimate shot. 10 seconds here on the shot clock as Kemba, gets it, splits two defenders to get it to Tice, who can't hit the runner. It does hit the rim, though, so reset of the shot clock, but Tice is going to take it in and jump ball. Blocked from behind by Gasol.
Why is that a jump ball?
Because he came down with it. Tice came down with it.
It's not a block? And then he picks it up again?
No, he never he never reset his possession. Like, it never left his hand.
Oh, I thought it left his hand. That's why.
So if he came, it would be like an up and down turnover.
Yeah, I thought it. No. On my screen, I thought it totally came out of his hand.
Never did.
And Marcus Smart just out hustles everybody. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great work ethic here. Yeah, in the corner, Smart.
Again, open every time. One more too.
Gets air ball. Oh boy, air ball. And shot clock violation. Air ball and a shot clock violation.
It's not the greatest.
It could have been better. It could have been better.
So, I think he's wearing his mask upside down.
I didn't really.
The NBA logo was upside down.
In that case,
I wonder if the NBA will fine him for that.
He probably is in that case.
Yeah, Akon's saying he is. Yeah, he's totally gonna get fined for that. Norman Powell's gonna drive to the lane and he's gonna draw the clever foul there on Tice. Yeah, the logo was upside down because there was a time period where people wore the NBA headbands and then flipped the logo upside down as like a distress thing, and then they started getting fined by the league for it.
Gordon Hayward likely to return to the Celtics if they do end up advancing into the series against Miami. Obviously, not going to play in the remainder of this series. He's not going to be. He's not suited up tonight. Didn't Rondo do that?
Yes, Rondo did do it. He was one of the players that did that. Okay. And Oz, yes, technically, I think the point is that they are saying it is a distress signal. But I think that's kind of why they don't want them to do it. But Rondo, I think, was one player that started doing it. He always wears the headband, so. And he's always quite eccentric, so I'm not surprised that he would be the one to break the rules.
Powell gets both free throws here. As we see a picture of Kemba there on the bench. Going to take his rest probably until we get to the under 4 timeout. Tice, I don't know.
Oh, I was going to say, don't shoot that, buddy.
Yeah. Smart working on Van Vliet here. Gets it over to Wanamaker. Wanamaker going baseline. Back out to Smart. Back to Tice. Tice will shoot this one. Ooh, almost. Rebound to Wanamaker. No, rebound down to the Raptors and Siakam. Now Raptors pushing, although Celtics back in transition. Good way to hustle back and set up the half-court defense.
Nice job forcing him left there by Marcus Smart.
Van Vliet on Tice. Gasol, a little bit of a mismatch here. It's going to leave Powell wide open, but he's going to come up short. Frying Tatum with the rebound.
You see what I mean when they always double the shooter? It's so weird. It's so odd, and they leave somebody open. And then that one's going to go off the foot. I think it was a kick ball, but OG Anunoby's going to make it to the other end and get
This is a hard foul. This is a hard foul. This is a good foul. This is a good foul.
I don't think that's flagrant or anything like that either, though. I have to see it again, but I do think he went for the ball. And I'm going to go with that was totally a kick ball.
That was totally a kick ball. This is a good hard foul here. You don't want to give him the easy layup. The worst thing that you can do here is foul him and then still let him
score. Yeah, I mean, unfortunate how unfortunate to be honest with you how he landed.
Yeah, true.
But I don't think Tice actually tried to hurt him or anything like that. We've seen some where the player will slap him and then grab him. Tice actually did a really good job of just hitting him and then keeping his hands off so there's no continuation of the contact. I think that was I think it was good. Never know in today's NBA, but I think it was all right. Here, so back to the favorite player. So I'm gonna go two parts with this one because I did have. I feel like my NBA watching was really different. So I kind of grew up when I was like 8 or 7 watching like Dwight Howard and playing for the Orlando Magic. And some of you may remember that on the Orlando Magic team, there was this individual called Hito Turkoglu.
Yes.
And I absolutely fell in love with Hito Turkoglu. Like I thought he was like God's gift to the world, like the human, like the Turkish sloth, I would call him. Like the guy just like moves around so slowly and just like weirdly creates space with his body and always hits the bucket. It's actually like really incredible. And then he asked for too much money, went to Toronto, and then like his career kind of ended. But I would say like that's my favorite player was Hito Turkoglu at the start, and then later on, kind of as I sort of like got to know basketball, I would definitely say my favorite basketball player to watch, like if it's on TV right away, I want to watch Kawhi Leonard.
Ah,
I think
interesting.
Kawhi Leonard's game is one of the more beautiful ways of playing basketball. I was talking to Ellerin actually about this earlier,
Oh, okay.
and he is an individual that gets to his spot. He doesn't try like
Yeah.
he in his mind. He's a I get to the spot and then I shoot. It's not like I need to put up the shot. What do? I get to my spot. I shoot. He's also I love like I could have said a Steph Curry or Klay Thompson because I love them,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't love the fact that they just shoot the three. Kawhi can do that, but he's got everything. He's got everything in his game covered. And I think it's just so fun to watch how he mixes it up. He can back someone down. He can turn around, fade away. He can drive. He can shoot the three. He can get to his elbow jumper and shoot it. He can back that guy down on the circle and shoot it. I love watching Kawhi Leonard play basketball. He is like overall the best all-around basketball player, like being able to do it. Maybe not like as good as LeBron, like in certain aspects, but I think just for me, like as the future. And then I'm going to say this one next. I know for a fact my next favorite basketball player is going to be Luka Doncic.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Up and coming.
I love watching that guy
Watching
play.
him play in this playoff it's like must-watch TV, man.
It's awesome.
You never
It's
know
so
what
cool.
he's gonna do, and he just like
'cause
pulls off crazy
when
stuff.
MG asked that question, I was like, who do I turn the TV on
Yeah,
if they're playing?
that's true.
And like my immediate thought was
That's
to
true.
Luka, but that's like too recent. Before that, my immediate thoughts like, is Kawhi playing? I want to watch, especially when it was on the Raptors because it's kind of like a one-man show. So that was that's kind of my take on that one. And Octane Twisted got this as background noise playing 2K. Keep it up, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. It's awesome that you're playing 2K as well and keeping us on. So thank you.
Yeah, much
Think
appreciated.
it's
Thanks
gonna
for
be very
tuning in.
good.
Thanks everybody
Yeah.
for tuning in across both Twitch and YouTube. We're
And-
on both platforms. You get to decide which one you want to watch on.
And as a remembrance, today is the anniversary of 9/11. So keep those thoughts and prayers in your mind for all those loved ones, etc., that were lost on the gracious day, and all for the firefighters and men and women that sacrificed their life to help others as well.
Indeed, I have a personal friend deeply affected by that. As we resume play here at 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
Corner.
Not
That's
quarter.
got to be either a
It's
foul or
it's going the way of the Raptors
yeah.
here.
I was gonna say it was either one or the other.
60-57, Boston leading here with 6 minutes to go in the third.
Bruno, are you an all-time? I'm curious, people in chat, what your favorite basketball players are, because I think everybody always says that they have to be like the top 5 or top 10 basketball players, but they always don't have to be. There's like I could see people saying like Devin Booker, just how Devin Booker plays and gets to the bucket, like things like that. So I'd be curious, people in chat, what your favorite basketball players like through eras have been.
Ibaka working down low on Smart. Smart gives him baseline, and Ibaka finishes.
He took the baseline. He took what he gave him, and he made him pay.
He did.
It was a really good move by Ibaka. Just kind of old school how Ibaka used to be. Ibaka.
Yep. Roblox, a Kobe fan in chat, of course. What else hasn't 2020
Can't forget about
just
Kobe?
like
Yeah.
ruined for us, basically? Yeah. So mine's kind of in the college sphere, right? Because I didn't watch as much NBA and been kind of going deep in the college game. That's why the John Shire jersey's hanging there in the back with my Blue Devils. And if only we have quite a famous Blue Devil actually playing here with Jason Tatum, who I did watch in college. play.
We watched him in person, actually.
Yeah,
What
we
was the
did.
team we watched in person? We watched him play.
We watched lots of teams in person,
Yeah, we
buddy.
watched a lot.
We watched Kyrie play in person.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm with you there, Bruno, too. I didn't get to watch MJ. I was too young, and I was like tail end of Kobe. So I didn't really get to see. Like, the only
I
thing I really
remember.
remember from Kobe is like the last championship in like 2 years.
Do you remember the 2010 10 one where it was the Celtics? It was the big three in
Yeah, and he
Boston
wins that
versus
one.
Kobe, and
Yes.
he wins that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing I really
Okay,
remember of
all right.
Kobe,
Yeah, yeah.
which is unfortunate. But here it's going to be Jaylen Brown. We're going to find him in the corner here. And then Jason Tatum's going to be guarded by Norman Powell. He's going to step back and shoot the three. He's not going to shoot it. Kemba's going to drive in, find Williams, but he was tipped by the Raptors, so we'll stay with the Celtics there.
So I
And
get
number two for
Kemba's.
Roblox with Giannis, number 2. Interesting. I would. Good thing you weren't listening to us earlier, because I was absolutely not roasting Giannis, but just telling him what he needs to kind of improve on his game.
He has a
during that
he
loss.
still has a ceiling that he can go for. Honestly, I don't like that play by Kemba. I think he's got to take that. He's trying to pass this thing into such a tight window. It's like 3 seconds on the shot clock here with a turnaround jump shot by Tatum is no
Short.
good, and they're gonna call this out
I
on Wanamaker.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
It actually looks like it goes off the knee of Anunoby, to be honest. If they looked at that again,
His hand may have touched it.
it
I'm
looked
not
like the
exactly
knee.
sure.
It looked like the knee. It looked like the knee. Van Vliet from the free throw line turnaround jump shot is good. Nice looking shot.
Yeah.
Van Vliet.
I mean, if you're going to leave him open right there, Van Vliet's going to hit that shot every single.
14 points for him on 6 of 12 shooting and 6 assists, having himself quite a game here in this game 7. 4 minutes to go. Kemba to Wanamaker as that Williams hits the deck down low,
Yeah.
but Wanamaker unable to connect from the 3. He was open. It's a shot I would have taken too. Van Vliet on the other side. Oh, no good.
He shoots the ball to space, man. It's nuts how high he shoots the basketball.
To space, I love that. Kemba with the at his spot right there on the elbow, but can't get it to go down. Talk about shooting from the spot.
I think both
Vliet!
teams. And he makes it all the way. No, he misses. I think it may have been blocked by Williams.
Jaylen Brown going all the way, finishing that one. Did what Van Vliet could not.
LA Fitness basketball is now over. We have a bucket.
We have a bucket. I actually have both teams just playing no defense right now at the moment, as that's an and one by Kyle Lowry on Wanamaker.
Yep. Great finish there by Lowry, finishing through that contact. And Oz here, I'm old NBA on TV here, arrived at the end of the Jordan Rules era, start of MJ's first title run. Hey, at least you got to watch that. I didn't get to watch that.
I still think this is LA Fitness basketball at the moment. They're just kind of running up and down the court, not knowing who exactly is going to score.
I was going to say, they just need to stop.
Well, they've gotten away from the half court game, I guess, because both teams can't quite figure out how to break the other one down in the half court. As I've gone to buffer.
Oh, you've gone to buffer. Kyle is going to the free throw line to finish and convert his 3-point play. And he does not finish, and he does not convert. So it is a 1-point lead here for Boston. Kemba Walker is going to be guarded here by Kyle. Has nice eyes. He actually does. Pascal's going to be drawn out all the way. Wanamaker's going to be at the top of the floor. Could have called a foul. 2 hands on Wanamaker on the defender. Kemba's going to be guarded by Fred VanVleet. Has him on skates. Kemba's going to make it all the way to the basket. And he's going to get blocked from behind by Fred. Fred's going to get the outlet pass here from Serge Ibaka. Push the ball a little more. And they will run the half-court set. Kyle's going to find Pascal posted up on the left side of the block. He's going to start backing down Wanamaker. Find Serge in the middle, but it's going to be a tip pass. Jaylen Brown's going to be able to find Marcus Smart after that, and then Wanamaker's going to drive to the basket, then find Marcus Smart once again. Marcus Smart's going to try to drive all the way to the basket, get fouled, and one with the reverse finish from Marcus Smart. Beautiful finish there. Nice hustle and great play there from Wanamaker and Marcus Smart.
Yeah, phenomenal effort here as I'm just
and I think behind. He stepped out.
Who?
I think, I don't know, maybe it was the reflection Marcus of his shoes, but he may have actually stepped out. I saw that on replay. Who was or is the greatest rookie
Oh, jeez.
Whew. I guess this would go beg the question: has any rookie won the title? If so, they would be. If it's based on recent,
Uh, no, Jordan didn't. I don't
no.
think. No, he didn't.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, none of them won it
None
the
of them.
first year. I don't think anybody's actually won it the
They did
first
win
year.
Rookie of the Year. He did win Rookie of the Year, though.
Yeah, he told Akon saw it too. He totally stepped out. I'm not blind. He totally stepped on the black line. He was totally out of bounds on that. I would say just in the I can only necessarily comment about the
Maybe
recent.
recent, yeah.
Um, oh, Magic.
Oh, really?
Maybe
Magic won it?
Magic was.
Huh. We have to look that up.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
With the Lakers, huh?
Rookie
Interesting.
season in the NBA. Reached the NBA Finals, faced the 76ers, who they played. Yeah, Julius Irving. Oh, it's because Jabbar was on the team also.
That helps.
Yeah, that definitely helps. But then again, I mean, Magic Johnson scored 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals in the last game, and he was the only rookie ever to win the NBA Finals MVP. So
Well, there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
go with Magic Johnson was the greatest rookie ever.
Well, there you go. Just we got the stats, man. Get the data.
Good call, Bruno. Appreciate it, guys. That was awesome. Darko, oh, Darko Milicic won a ring. Oh man, I was gonna come out from the dungeons, isn't it? But I would actually like to comment just kind of like the how it's been going. Rookies now, I think John Morant. I think like John Morant, Zion. We have a really good young crop of NBA players, kind of like going up through the ranks. I think it's gonna be awesome to see. It's gonna be really exciting to see where the league is necessarily in kind of the next like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, because
Um,
we're sort of like we talked about the tail ends of like the Kobe era, like the Jordan era, the Kobe era. Like it's not that LeBron is like sort of, but he is getting up there, right? Like
he
and
is. He's 36, 37. He's old.
yeah, so he's getting up there, right? If Tom Brady's playing football at 40, so presumably, and LeBron takes great care of his body, so he can probably play for another 3 or 4
Bruno,
years. But
what ball are you talking about?
oh,
Because there's multiple balls.
not oh please not like the Lonzo.
And Oz Hoopstrek will tell you all you want about
Lamelo.
Lamelo because he
Yeah.
played in the NBL, and we actually watched some of his games. So it was pretty cool. Oh, MG Roblox. He in that one he did have Jabbar, but in the he did win Finals MVP, so he actually pulled more weight than Kareem did, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, Akon, you probably don't want to be reminded about the that game. Don't worry about it. 28-3. R.I.P. But yeah, I'm gonna go with. I would say Ball right now, like Lonzo as he is. I think he's actually a pretty decent player. I don't think he's actually like that bad as some people say he is. His shot got a lot better. I think playing for New Orleans, getting out of the spotlight from the Lakers and everything like that, I think it's way better for him as a basketball player and also mentally. His game's definitely has improved this year, and I think it's only going to get better. I mean, these people are still really young. We have to think about and like when you're in college, when you're in high school, you actually don't play like the number of hours and time spent playing basketball is actually not that much. When you get to the actual NBA, you play like 8 to 10 hours of basketball or like 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
Right. So
college teams play
it's
2 games a week.
yeah, college is limited also in practice.
Yep.
I mean, you can go do things on your own and get better on your own, but I
These
mean,
guys are playing every other night.
yeah, these guys are playing every other night. They have a manager or somebody there to be able to help. Like you get so much better in the NBA so quickly.
For
And I
20%
think
more
Ball,
time.
I think Ball, that's gonna. You'll see with Lonzo. I think Lonzo will end up being better. GM grind.
Back out of we're at 2 minutes
man.
here in the third. It is a 67-65 lead for the Celtics, and Ojale is going to put this one up for three. He hit one earlier, but that one is not going to go down. For Ojale, as Norman Powell brings this back up, and it goes to Siakam. Van Vliet going to try for three himself. That hits nothing but net at the bottom of the court as Toronto has put itself back up by one.
He hit the moon on that one.
67. You're right. It just arcs to forever land here. Van Vliet with 17 points on 3 of 6 3-point shooting. Kemba calling for Tatum to come up. He wants to give him the ball. He actually just wants to screen on Van Vliet. Not really effective in any way. Ojeley's going to screen again. The double screen there. And still nothing going. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kemba's going to have to make something happen. Kemba gets to the elbow on the right side. That's his shot there, and he
Yeah,
drills
that's a
that
beautiful
one.
shot and an absolute bailout, I would have to say,
Yeah,
for the
true.
Celtics on that possession. Like there was nothing going. Nothing was working there.
No, not at all. 69-68. Celtics back on top as we go back and forth. Van Vliet for
Oh,
three.
babe, please get a shoot again, but he's off.
Not quite there. And Ibaka's going to shoot for 3. And that one just is a brick. Like, not even close.
That one hit the asteroid belt, man.
Tatum on the other side is going to go for 3. Drill it!
It drills that one. Woo!
Saying he got hit on the arm and it should have been an and one, or the head, either way. Tatum, 22 points, 12 rebounds. The star is looking good here in Game 7. Oh, Lowry just blows by, gets to Powell, and Powell finds himself open in the
hits
corner.
in the corner.
The Celtics have been vulnerable on that sort of baseline drive play and kick out. That was the same shot that killed them in Game 3.
Both teams are getting roasted on these corner threes.
20 seconds left in the third. It's a 1-point game here as Tatum eyes up Lowry, going to get the screen by Ojeley. The switch there by the Celtics, by the Raptors rather. Tatum's just going to make it happen from deep, way downtown, just short. Oof. 4 seconds. Lowry being guarded by Smart gets it over the timeline. 1 second. Good if it goes. And no, not going to happen for Lowry. So we have a 1-point game, ladies and gentlemen, going into the fourth quarter of Game 7.
Hit refresh on your stream.
Okay.
So then we're more kind of ready in the fourth. We're slightly behind the game cast, which always is going to happen, but
yeah.
Maybe this can get us there a little closer.
We'll resume it here. And that's it. All right. Let's check the stats here.
Yeah, actually, we haven't really done a stats dive yet. Mainly because all of you guys in chat have been fantastic, and it's been we've just been talking to y'all basically throughout the entire stream, which is great. I'm not complaining about that, but let's dive into the stats here a little bit, just kind of see where this game is going, especially in the fourth quarter. Which honestly, I'm still going to be honest with you. I'm still going to pick the Celtics over this one 100%. I still think they're going to win, stick with it, but it'll be interesting to see where this game's kind of progressed.
It all comes down to this fourth quarter here. Celtics ahead 72-71 by a single point. We have 3 Celtics starters who are carrying the load for Boston. Tatum with 22, Brown with 19, and Marcus Smart with 15. Tatum shooting really well, 4 of 6.
The 3-point stats are so bad.
Well, Tatum's shooting pretty good, but the team.
The Celtics are
8
of 31 with 26% from the field, and the Raptors are 29.2.
Yeah, not faring much better.
Akon, I'll bet you 10 gold on that one. Wild gold. We'll bet on that one to make it interesting.
Both teams shooting around 43% from the field, so relatively even, and the score would dictate that. However, the turnovers for Toronto, they're at about 12, which if you kind of average out to is kind of an average 15, 16 a game. Celtics doing a little bit better job taking care of the ball with only 7 rebounds right now, even across both teams, and at 35 apiece.
I have to say, though, the turnover battle is definitely being won by the Celtics, but the Celtics haven't really capitalized that much on it because they've got double the amount of turnovers, and yeah, they have a few more shots and selection from it, but the points off of turnovers are severely limited. They have been getting back on defense when they've needed to, stopping that. So credit to Toronto there.
Here's your stat: the points off turnovers for the Raptors, 20 to 11 for the Celtics. So even though
which is nuts. They have double the turnovers.
Yeah. Even though the Raptors have, 12 turnovers to the Celtics 7, they have double the amount of points coming off those turnovers, which is pretty incredible. Usually you only get like around averaging like 1.5 points per turnover would be pretty ecstatic. Toronto almost averaging 2 points per turnover here, so making Celtics pay for every single mistake. that they've been making. Points in the paint, also pretty much even fast break points in favor of the Boston Celtics.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Marcus Gasol's got -19. Maybe you shouldn't play him. Now that I
Well, I
think
was going
about
to
it,
say, leading the
that's
way for the
pretty bad.
Raptors, Fred VanVleet with 17, Serge Ibaka with 14, and Kyle Lowry with 10. As we get ready to roll here in the fourth, if my stream decides to catch up and actually do something productive.
It's MG Roblox. I'll be the championship this year. I'm gonna pick the Clippers. I think the Clippers are totally gonna. I think the Clippers are totally gonna win it. Sticking with that. Said it from the beginning. Won't change my mind on it. Is Siakam disappointing anybody? Yeah, 100%. You saw his stats from Game 2. He had 12, 8, and 8. And yeah, Akon, the Mortal Kombat outfit for the reporters really are great. The full body suits, you know. Siakam's 12 and 8 in the game 6. He hasn't really shown up and really stepped. I mean, he only has 8 points here today. I mean, he necessarily is a player that needs to be going out there and getting you 20 to 30 and carrying the basketball team. So yeah, I'm gonna 100% agree with you, Roblox. He has totally been disappointing. Bruno, I'll get to your comments about Lonzo at the break.
Oh man, I'm buffering.
All right, Kemba Walker's going to be bringing up the ball. He's going to be guarded by Fred VanVleet here. We are 75-71 with 11:30 left in the series. Screen is going to be set by Tice on the left. Siakam's going to step up. Tice is going to get the ball down low. He's going to get Powell up in the air, and it could have been an and one, but he does finish beautifully with the left hand.
See if you can jump to live, because I'm at 1040 right now, as Tatum has just gone in with the left hand and put in a beautiful finish there. That was off a turnover by the Raptors. 10:35 to go. Boston by 8, extending its lead here in the fourth. But the Raptors in Game 6 found themselves down in the fourth and managed to pull and force overtime. Can they do it again? Lowry on the mismatch here. Tice, and called for a foul that I don't agree with at all. It looked like Tice was kind of straight up there.
That's a weird foul.
Yeah, Siakam just losing the ball. We were just talking about Siakam disappointing in chat. That's pretty disappointing right there.
Yeah, I mean, right on cue, Roblox, right? Like he basically turns the ball over right when you.
Tatum doing the checking out his left hand there, doing the Zion Williamson. That's a patented Zion Williamson move, by the way. Tatum's gonna owe royalties to Zion.
Oh, see how I miss him. Scan the code or head to NBA. Why don't you just do scan the code or head to @Relive Sports?
Yeah,
way better.
Go. You can do that too. As Kyle Lowry has managed to hit both free throws, it is a 6-point game here with 10:20 to go. And Kemba bringing the ball at the floor. Also Kemba disappointing, by the way. I want fourth quarter Kemba, and I still haven't seen it. We'll see if he can manage. He's only got 6 points today so far. 9, sorry, I knew that. Jaylen Brown in the corner, that's where he's been lethal. He goes up and down. That was blocked, and they're going to call a jump ball. Again, because he gets blocked in the air and comes down with it. So
that time he totally kept the ball.
Yeah, it forces a jump ball because it's deflected, effectively deflected, right? Or it's touched. Yeah, see how Powell hits it there?
Yep.
So it's not really a block because the ball never left the shooter's hand. 2.1.
Here they're going to jump for it. Yeah, they got 2.1. They got to get a quick shot here.
Oh, almost goes for Tatum. Brown can't get the rebound. VanVleet's going to go fast in transition. VanVleet. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Smart totally disrupted that as Kemba's got it. And now cherry picking on the other side is Brown with the finish. And does a crazy split that may have cost him a set of underwear. Goodness.
It may have cost him more than his underwear.
I think he's going to be all right here. But he is down. Brown is down.
Slightly worried about this, actually. I need to see the replay of what happens with his knee.
Buckles a little bit. It didn't look like there was any weight on it, though.
The left knee is kind of... I don't...
Oh, I really hope We're not going to speculate.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate or anything, but I really hope he's not injured.
That would be
I mean,
devastating for the Celtics.
he's been playing really well, and I mean, I don't think there was necessarily a foul call. I did see Siakam put his hand on him, but I don't think he like actually meant to push him or anything like that. I hopefully that's not a sort of series altering or even playoff altering for Jaylen Brown. Hopefully it's just precautionary and he's just going to get up from that.
Yeah.
But
the Celtics have just had bad luck after bad
something
luck.
Totally weird happened when he did land though, because the left knee kind of does buckle. So off to hopefully prettier pastures in the next part of this conversation. I would like Lonzo. I'll take him on the Knicks, but then again, I would like anybody.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I just don't want any like New York media have to deal with his dad and all that type of stuff and all that type of
could
thing.
you imagine in the Big
Could you
Apple?
imagine that? Oh my God.
Well,
he
was in LA though. He was in LA.
Yeah, but so I think he gets more leeway in LA, but I think in New York people would actually like fight him in the street.
Oh,
I think people would
jeez.
definitely I think people would just be like, yeah, dude, you can't walk on the streets in New York. Just
Why does he
outta
get more
here.
leeway in LA? Because he's from LA?
I don't know. This is LA and you can do whatever you want. And yes, Roblox, I know the Knicks haven't won in a long time.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't need to remind me that.
Constant reminder. It's like every stream.
It's like every single stream I get roasted about it. But yeah, I also think, as Akon's saying in chat, like I don't think his dad. I think his dad's just hurt his kids' future careers and everything.
But we knew this since college.
Oh yeah, 100%. We totally knew that. But I mean, it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, I actually think like in a team like New York, Bruno, like to actually get back to like the basketball part about it, I actually think it works. I think RJ having someone that can feed him the ball and not be like a number one like ball handling or not ball handling scoring point guard actually probably would work out pretty well and gives him more talent. I think we just need to get more talent around RJ and just get more talent on the team in general. Like anything at this point is better than what we have. It's just the fact that we got like the 8th or 9th pick too in the draft, just freaking mind blowing. But thankfully this draft isn't that good. So most people will probably slide. But
you'll be in position to take the first pick next year.
Yeah, like every year, pretty much.
Yeah, like every year, pretty much.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh boy,
that'll be interesting. Oz, I don't think his father said much about his son in Australia. He kind of just let him do his thing, right?
Yeah, I don't think the dad.
I don't think the dad really got very involved with the other son, the one that's actually in the draft now.
Only when they were talking
probably
about
will get
going to the draft.
Involved. Yeah, he probably will get involved where or another. And here we're going to be back.
Okay, so Jaylen Brown is back.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, they are saying he is back on the floor. And
he's fine.
So, great. Awesome. Really good news.
Little scare there. All right.
Glad. Phew.
Moving on there. 81-73 Celtics, 9:30 to go, and that is a bit of a
crazy shot.
Yeah, by Van Vliet.
Was the shot clock low?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, it's kind of bizarre. You don't want to waste shot attempts. In a fourth quarter of a Game 7, you're sort of like, get a better shot. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and that is almost going to go off Tatum's foot. He's got 5 seconds, picks his dribble back up, and Tatum going to spin around. He's going to get Jaylen Brown in 3 in the corner, and too long, actually. And that is a shot clock violation, as it never even hit the rim. Feeling a little bit of the pressure now. 9 minutes to go, 8-point game. Toronto finds itself in a familiar situation. Will the Celtics put them away or let them claw back into this? And an way back to Van Vliet. Van Vliet going to take a deep 3.
Big time Fred right there.
Big time Fred. 20 points for the double V's. And he's 4 of 8 from 3 as Kemba's going to drive in. Kemba going to kick this out to Brown. Had Smart, but decides to no. Now has Tatum. Tatum going to go for 3, and the answer? Not quite. Robert Williams there with the rebound. Great offensive rebound. Gets fouled and will be an inbound foul on the floor.
I love the Robin Williams throwback. Was the Patrick Ewing draft rigged? Yeah, 100% that one was rigged. I mean, we just had balls that were going through the machine. It was so easy to rig. 100% the thing was rigged. That was the last time we ever did well in the draft.
Kemba can't quite get it as Van Vliet, and Van Vliet drills it off his foot.
Oh, just what is he doing?
Didn't actually go over the timeline, though, so it's not a backcourt violation. I don't know what Kemba was doing there. That was not good, Kemba. Switch here. It's now Kemba on Van Vliet. Van Vliet with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Going to back down Kemba, take a mid-range jump shot. Fade away, no good. Nope. Not good shot quality there for Toronto as the Celtics and Tatum will slow ball this thing up the court. Oh, maybe got away with an elbow with an extension.
Yep.
Tatum, the spin move. Oh, what a killer jab step, but it's just short. Lowry, Powell, charge.
That's definitely a charge.
Charge.
He was sitting there.
What are you waiting for, ref?
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
God. Jeez. Marcus Smart was standing there from the beginning of the play.
This is what I hate. The refs wait to see if the shot
the ball goes in. Yeah. Also, Bruno, I think Oz said something up earlier in chat too. I think I can quote it or just type it in here. It's got a pros and cons.
What a great charge. And of course it's Marcus Smart. Just does all the dirty work for this Celtics team. Whatever they need him to do, he steps up. That's a foul on Lowry.
Yeah, it's going to be a reach and foul there, kind of around Jaylen Brown's hip. And Bruno, that's what Oz said earlier about kind of just more detail about ball in Australia there. And yeah, Akon, that was hands down the longest charge ever, dude.
It's like the ref had to think twice about calling it. I mean, we're standing here halfway across the entire way across the country, can call it more easily than that. Tatum.
Wow, nice foul. But that was an absolute nuts pass to get him the ball in the
over
block.
The top.
It was literally a cross-court diagonal pass. I was really an impressive pass. Risky, too. Brad Stevens was definitely like, what are you guys doing? Do not pass that. And on Streamlabs, thank you, Wide, very much for the follow. Really appreciate it, sir or ma'am. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're enjoying the content, everybody else, just you can hit the follow button on Twitch and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It's free. If you're enjoying the content, always come out and get notified and hang out with us when we call these games.
And we'll be back here at 12:30 Eastern tomorrow for Liverpool, the first match of the Premier League season. And then again for
I think Sunday. We should probably be back, right?
Sunday for another basketball game.
Well, it should be the first Eastern Conference game.
It should be the first game of the Eastern Conference final. Yes, it should be. That's what we think. So 7 minutes to go, and it's only a 6-point game. We don't know who's going to be playing in that game because this game has yet to be decided. Great defense by Tice, but Siakam gets around. Oh, he can't finish. That ball was in the cylinder.
Yeah, it's still on the rim.
That ball was still on the rim.
It's still on the rim, no?
Wow. I think Siakam got away with possibly an offensive goaltend there. Anyway, gets his own miss. 4-point margin now for the Celtics. Kemba working on Van Vliet. Kemba for 3. No, that shot is off. Left of the hoop.
I'm not going to say they're tired, but all their shots are short.
Kemba
Both
just
teams.
Can't hit it. Oh, Marcus Smart again, bailing out the Celtics with his defense. Brown gets it to Tatum. Yes, in the corner. But Tatum can't quite get a shot off, so slow things up. 15 seconds. They're going to take their time. Brown going to work on Powell. Now Toronto brings the double team. Out to Kemba.
They got to find Kemba.
Kemba right at the free throw line. Yes, and one.
That's a good play right there from Kemba. Yep. I agree. I don't understand that shot. The 3-point shot from Kemba, I don't really get. He can always just dribble in and get the shot.
And do that.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to criticize him too much. He's a really good player and he's really smart. But
you're right. Tatum on his right hand looks like he got mauled by a
raptor.
It
looks like he's in either got a weird tattoo, or a scar or something.
The raptor got him, dude. The raptor got him.
The raptor got him.
The claw. The raptor claw. Yeah. And timeout called by Nick Nurse.
Oh, Wide. The game's on Tuesday?
Oh,
That's not good for us.
oh, that's not good for us.
That's not good for us.
Wow, so they have that's quite a layoff.
How don't you have 1 million subs? Roblox. I would love to have 1 million subs, but we
I don't
actually
know.
just recently started doing this. About it's been less than 1 year. I don't think we've actually even come up on the 1 year anniversary yet. Of
Not
kind
on
of
the
like
not on
starting.
the YouTube side of things. We've started on Twitch a little bit. We started on Twitch a little bit earlier than the YouTube. And we started with Duke.
And then YouTube kind of took off. Now
Yep.
it's sort of like back to Twitch is getting more exposure. So it's kind of back and forth. But
And then and then COVID happened.
and then COVID happened, so we
Because we
lost
were
all our
getting ready
spars.
we were getting ready to do the NCAA tournament. We had it all planned out. We were going to give away $500 to have a
We
public
were.
bracket pool for people for the NCAA was going to be our March Madness competition. And anyone who subscribed or followed either on Twitch or YouTube, that was going to be. We were so looking forward to calling the games throughout March Madness, whether Duke was part of it or not. And then it all went to shit.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was actually we had like a lot of momentum going. Like we had giveaways, all that type of stuff. But I mean, COVID just kind of slowed things down. But this is kind of like us trying to get back into it, and get back in the swing of things. And it's been going really well, I have to say. The chat's been awesome. We've had some really incredible people support us and everything like that. So, but it all can't be done without you guys and everybody in chat and keeping us entertained. As much as we provide the content, y'all also provide the content by asking questions and keeping chat interested as well. So I really appreciate that.
And thanks everyone once again. Everyone who's tuned in rather on across both Twitch and YouTube platforms. Platform of your choice. We're here. We're gonna meet you wherever you want to watch. So, and it's pretty much the same viewing experience across both until we get to the NFL, and then we'll talk about that in the next few weeks. So just about 60 seconds to go before we come out of the timeout. Let's see what Nick Nurse has for us. And Fred, I think here the Raptors just need to settle in and take some better shots.
Yeah, before we get into thank you, Roblox. I don't know enough about the story of the Knicks with the Ewing thing. I just know it's kind of messed up, and how it happened. I will read about it, so I can come back and be informed about it. But I know there is some sketchiness around it. So basically, what I'm seeing here, or what I kind of just expecting, the shot selection for the Raptors hasn't been very good. I think Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry need to almost like take the game over themselves. I think they need to play the two-man game as the guards and then find the open shooters. I don't necessarily think that getting the ball to Siakam or something like that is necessarily the greatest move for them. I think the ball, keeping it in Lowry and Fred VanVleet's hand, is the best way to go forward. For the Celtics, continue playing the defense. The defense has been fantastic in the second.
Marcus Smart has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's been absolutely. He's been all over the place. The defense has been fantastic about it. So keep that up if you're a Celtics fan.
The points off the Celtics have generated 16 turnovers for the Raptors, but the Raptors are still winning the points off turnover battle. It's so bizarre, and it's actually kept them in this game.
Yeah, 100%.
Anunoby now giving it to Siakam. Siakam being guarded by Grant Hill, who we haven't actually seen in the game. Williams, not Grant Hill.
Williams. Yep.
Oh my God, I got Duke.
But he does get the rebound there and does play exceptional defense, as if he was Grant Hill. Yes.
God damn, my bad. I knew the second I said it, something was off, and I was like, wait a sec. All right, you guys can roast me for it later. 7 seconds on the shot clock as Tatum is working on Siakam. Tatum going right here. Siakam let him have it, and Tatum finishes with the right hand.
Right there, the defensive breakdown was the second Pascal Siakam put his hand in. He reached. Tatum knew he had the step, crossed him over, went to the bucket. The second he put his hand in, it was over.
I mean, he just blew by Siakam. This is a terrible
pass there by Kyle Lowry. He thought Siakam wasn't going to roll there to the basket, and it's going to be a backdoor violation.
Backcourt violation, devastating. This should have been a foul. This should have been an and one. That's just clearly a foul on the reach-in.
He just doesn't know Pascal's rolling. That stinks. And it's a really tough time to have a turnover, too. I hope it doesn't get completely out of hand for them.
6 turnovers this quarter so far for the Raptors, only 1 for the Celtics. We said that the Celtics have been taking better care of the ball, but Toronto has been more opportunistic, and that should be a foul going up. Yes, it will be. Tatum going to find himself at the free throw line either way, whether it's a shooting foul
Did
or
somebody
not.
just kick him?
No, that was his own teammate.
Oh, yeah. I
Who
was
fell
like, somebody
over.
just kicked him. I was like, what is going on? Of course, Marcus Smart is kicking his own teammates.
No, I'm pretty sure Marcus Smart just hit the deck.
Oh, but yeah, that was weird. He kicked him and fell. Is that what happened? Oh my god, because it's probably so sweaty that he just fell down. And Tatum's actually going to miss the front end of that. Wow.
He gets 2 either way, so. Tatum going to try to make this a 10-point game. Yes, and he does. 4:51 to go. 10 points is the margin. I have to say, I've seen this before. Crazier things have happened. I would not be surprised. At this point, nothing is going to shock me. Oh, brilliant defense by Williams, who just stops Powell, but Powell just puts it up over his head.
What a finish there by Powell.
Yeah. Making been saying Marcus unsmart.
I think people were making videos and saying Marcus unsmart.
That's too easy to be a meme. That's like such an easy meme.
Oh my god! So yeah, Akon's saying in chat here, give Powell the ball. So Powell's been hands down one of the most confident players for the Raptors, and he's actually been able to produce some offense for them, and he's able to produce offense for himself as well.
That might be why they gave him the last shot in the first overtime on Wednesday, and we were both like, wait a sec, like, is he really like shooting it? And he got off the shot was terrible. We didn't quite understand
yeah, it was
why
like a
they
4
did
flat,
that.
Just solo isolation play, take 3, see if you can win it. I thought it was kind of weird, but
in the second overtime, he showed up. He finished the game with 23 points. I mean, he had a phenomenal second overtime. 30 seconds in this timeout before we resume play here. Fran, I did want to quickly bring up, because we haven't had a chance to talk about NFL, but it has started. Decent game last night. I am beating you in fantasy right now. Although I think kicker really picked up in the second half, because apparently Travis Kelce scored all his 17 points in the first half and then did absolutely nothing in the entire second half.
And in my other game, I actually have Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 20 points, picked him up. And unfortunately, if that guy could convert touchdowns, I would have already won that matchup.
How did you pick him?
I had the 8th pick, and I had nobody else to pick.
Oh my! You would be that lucky.
What do you mean lucky? I watched him at LSU. The guy's a beast, except he can't. He's too small to finish on the goal line, as we found out yesterday.
As we resume the play here, Marcus Smart inbounding to Jason Tatum. 4:20 left, and here is Marcus Smart for 3. That is just going to come up short. Williams with the rebound. Back to the Celtics. Reset with a 14-second shot clock. Tatum on Siakam. Again, can he get him to go right? No, he's going to force him left. Oh, Tatum off his foot! I've seen that play before, and it's a backcourt violation. Turnover for the Celtics. Dead ball turnover, however. So Celtics.
Oh, my God.
He does it again. Oh, that's so not clutch. Tatum has something about dribbling off his foot.
Yeah, dude. NC State, now this. I mean, this one's not as bad, but this is tough.
Oh, my goodness.
Not a good time to do that.
Lowry on Walker, screened by Siakam. Ooh, I like how he flipped the screen there, actually. That was it. Williams, Siakam. Siakam's got to come up. Big, nice finish by Siakam off the glass.
Fantastic move there by Siakam. Great movement, great use of the body right there. Pretty good defense as well from the Celtics. Just better offense.
12 points for Siakam. High screen by Tatum. Screens away Van Vliet, but switch by Anunoby. Kemba being guarded by the bigger Anunoby, who's trying to force him right. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kemba's going to try to have to make something happen. Out to Smart. Smart gets Van Vliet on him, and foul! A 3-point shooter foul.
This one's going in the book.
Wow. This is a replay on the Siakam. Way to just sort of change direction.
Yeah,
Siakam going left, then going back to right. Oh, Lowry swipes on the hand. 5th personal foul by Lowry. I'm not sure, is this a shooting foul or a foul on the floor? Because they are in the bonus. So
Totally a shooting foul.
should be a shooting foul.
I think
This
it's
is going to
shooting
be
foul,
3
100%.
freebies. Oh my goodness, Marcus
misses
Smart
it,
misses the
jeez.
first one.
MB Roblox says, or MG, he says, if it came down to the last shot, who would you want to take it for both teams? I'm going to go with Fred VanVleet for Toronto, and I'm going to go with Jaylen Brown.
No, it's going to be Tatum for the Celtics. The game's going to be in the.
I think it's more clutch.
It was called a foul on the floor, by the way, because it was only 2 shots.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that was only 2 shots.
So it
Marcus
wasn't
Smart only hits 1.
I wrote it in pen.
Gonna have to get the whiteout, although you don't know what that is anymore because people don't use that any.
I don't know what is. And Pascal's gonna drive to the basket. He's gonna draw the foul on Williams. Williams kind of straight up the whole time.
Getting picked on here late though, Williams.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising because he's actually playing pretty good defense. Honestly, he's been moving his feet. Played really good defense before. I don't know how you call that a foul.
I actually think Kyle Lowry
is
the one that's going to take a final shot for Toronto.
You say Fred and Tatum, Roblox. Yeah, it's for me, it's 50-50 Brown or Tatum. Kemba's been off.
Although apparently OG Anunoby can also take a final shot for Toronto.
Apparently OG is the most clutch out of all of them.
Whatever, go for it. Doesn't matter. Who's ever's open. That was a first. Siakam missed the first free throw there. It does get the second one, so it's a 6-point game.
Both teams not doing that great at the line.
No, missing free throws down the stretch here. 6-point game, 3 minutes to go. Couldn't really ask for much more here. Tatum by Siakam. Siakam dives in. Kemba. No. 3-pointer is no good. Rebound Williams. Does save it. Does not save it.
Oh, he almost got it. Nice try there. Good hustle there by Williams.
Wait. They call a foul?
Wait.
No. What is going on?
No, he's confused.
This is out of bounds. This is to Toronto. Toronto's going to have an opportunity here. It's a 2-possession game. They're going to have an opportunity to bring it down to 1 if they hit the 3 or 4 points if they hit that. Lowry, 2:45 to go. Here it is. In a game 7, you want nothing less. 2 teams competing for the Eastern Conference
Here it's
final.
Powell and Lowry going to run it. Powell's going to have the ball here. They know Powell has got the hand.
Powell can't get it to go. Crashing the boards is Siakam. No. Rebound down to the Celtics. Kemba.
Oh, wow.
Kemba fighting for the rebound. Great defensive effort. Screen by Tatum. Kemba now being guarded by
They have
Anunoby.
the switch for Tatum.
Kemba, step back jumper. Oh, gets it back out to Smart. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to put something up here, Smart. Got to make it happen. Trying to up and under. Oh, he's going to get fouled.
I think they're going to call it a charge. Yeah, wow. I didn't expect that.
Opportunities here for Toronto. They have managed to squander the last couple.
I'd like to see this one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's kind of still moving, though. I don't think he's fully set.
Maybe, and plus he's a secondary.
He's kind of already falling backwards. Kind of a 50-50 call. I can see it called either way. I don't think it's a 50-50.
Tough draw here. Powell to Lowry. Lowry on Tice. They got the switch. Lowry has a clean lane.
He's all the way. Yep.
They got the switch.
This is getting good, folks. This is getting real good.
2 minutes to go, and it's a 4-point game.
Celtics have just hit a drought.
Well, I was about to say, somebody has to come up with a big shot for Boston right now.
The individual one-on-one defense has been amazing.
Tatum. Almost traveled. Get it to Tice! Williams, sorry. Resetting here. 5. Tatum with a big shot. No, front iron. Oh, Smart fighting for it and out of bounds.
Oh, he almost got it.
It
almost came to him. So basically, what the Raptors have done here is quite interesting. Basically, every single person they want on offense, they're making them go through OG Anunoby. They're making OG be the primary defender, and he's done an excellent job on Tatum. He's done an excellent job on Kemba. He's done a really good job on everybody that he's been switched onto. So I think Nick Nurse has found him as his kind of defensive specialist for at least the end of the game here, and it's been working out very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a nail biter. A minute 30 to go. It's a 4-point game. with Toronto trailing, and they have possession. Lowry going to try to go again. It's the same play as before. Oh, and it's the same result. No, it's not.
Oh, but
I
he's
thought
fouled.
that was
But
going
he's
to go
fouled.
down.
But
He
he's
is
fouled.
fouled.
I thought it was going in as well.
Wow. Is that going to be the 6th foul? Yes,
Tice is
Tice is
out.
out. Not the best game from him tonight.
Kemba's talents have been stolen by monsters. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how Lowry doesn't finish this one. He even got Tice's body separation.
Yeah, so this is one of those again. I'm not going to say that you should be always finishing into the and one, but there's no contact on the shot.
Yeah.
Like on his actual shooting motion and getting the ball up, there's no contact. He should finish that and one.
He should finish that on one. And we have a 3-point game, potentially a 2-point game here. As they say, Gasol's still riding the bench. Probably not going to have him in the game.
I don't know what the I just think he's so exposed defensively.
Yeah.
I don't think
It
I
doesn't
just don't
add
think
that
you can
much
have him out
offensively
there.
either. It's a 2-point game. You're gonna finish this with the folks that dance with the
Here we
girls that
go.
you brought to the dance here. Finished with the folks that you got on the floor because this is your best lineup for both teams. Actually, that was a reach in, and Tatum gonna go off the glass. Can't finish. Rebound down to Siakam, and the Raptors have numbers. It's Powell going in with the left. Powell. Oh, and a block by Smart. Holy defense. Erased it. That.
Oh my god. This is insane, dude. Marcus Smart is just
What a huge defensive
I'm turning
effort
my,
by Marcus Smart today in
turn
Game
your scoreboard
7.
off.
Kemba driving in, crazy pass down low, and Williams gets hacked.
Yeah, Williams is going to get fouled there. I turned just as an FYI, the GameCast scoreboard above here is it's always like
Slightly ahead.
It's like 10 or 15 seconds ahead of us, so we just turn it on at the end.
This is clean too. He gets that before it hits the backboard.
I mean, that is a beautiful block.
Wow. What a find. Finding Williams there. The assist by Kemba. Lowry, that could be his... Lowry is fouled
six.
out.
No, that's his 6th.
That is his 6th foul. That is
no.
huge.
Oh, this is not good.
So now we said, who do you take a game-winning shot for you, Toronto? Lowry.
I said Fred. I said Fred.
Yeah, you said Fred. I said
Roblox
Lowry.
said Fred too. So
my option is out.
Yeah, your option's out the window. But
60-second timeout here.
That's tough for Kyle. Oh.
Now,
and for the Raptors too, you pretty much have no shot if this goes into overtime.
That's going to be really tough. You have Grant Williams going to the free throw line. How many seconds is this? We got like less than a minute to go. It's a 2-point game.
It's 34.8 seconds. It's a 2-point game. The Celtics have a chance to go up 4, which means that the Raptors are going to have to get a bucket. They have to score on this next possession. If they don't, then it becomes 6-point. No, it's still 2 possessions. The Raptors have 2 possessions. Yeah. The Raptors have 2 possessions before this, in my opinion, is over.
They do have to kind of go quick, though, because they can't what they could do, they could go 2 for 1, right? So you can have Williams score the 2 when it's a 4-point game. You can go quick, go get something going downhill, get something going to the basket. You get the 2 points.
You don't need a 3 here.
And then you don't need the 3 because then you can play defense.
If
and
anything,
give yourself 9 seconds on the final shot.
If anything, you'll probably see the Celtics give them a 2, or you'll at least see Nick Nurse be like, "Hey, just go for the 2, just like drive down, get it as quick as possible, and go from there." I would be fascinated, or actually, that's the wrong word. I would be mind blown and dumbfounded if they shoot a 3 right away. If it's like not.
What are they reviewing here?
I don't think they're reviewing anything. I think it was just a timeout taken by the Raptors.
Well, the Raptors have only 1 timeout left. The Celtics have 2. Remember, the Raptors...
I think they're just talking about if it's actually on Lowry or not.
Oh. Yeah, clearly, as he hooks him.
Yeah, Scott Foster here clearing it up very easily. And he goes, yeah, Lowry fouled him. That's his 6. Reset the game clock.
The foul's been confirmed.
That's tough. And it's also really... It's one of those situations too where it's like he's at the bot, like he's under the basket, like he
Yeah.
doesn't really
Yeah,
even
you're
should
just
be
like hustling
there.
for the
Like,
ball. Like that's really tough.
yeah, the last thing in your head, you're gonna be like, oh, I got 6 fouls, which in reality probably should have gone through.
No,
his
you're
head.
just going for a rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunate here, but Williams here stepping up big if he can knock these down. He has not scored today.
This is a game 7, my friend, going to the
And
free
he
throw line, and he
misses
misses the first one.
First shot.
Wow. Drama.
All right. He misses the second, but Tatum rebounds and it's a foul. All right. This is
Foul on Powell.
This is so I guess we just start over.
Actually, this worked out pretty good for you if they're the Celtics. You'd
Worked
rather
out,
have
yeah,
Tatum
worked
on
out
the
pretty
line.
well. Yeah.
Sort of inexcusable here for the Raptors, though. A double miss. You let Tatum come in. By the way, Tatum's not even in the lineup.
He's hooked. He's hooked. It's totally a foul.
Yeah, but Tatum's not even in the lineup there. He comes in from beyond the arc.
And if he hits this one, he will have 30.
Second youngest with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in a game 7. Wow, behind Kobe Bryant.
Very close with Kobe as well. And he misses the second, so it's a 3-point game. You can take the 3 here now.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to.
I don't agree with it.
However, the
still needed 2.
Raptors don't look like they're in that much of a hurry. It's going to be Van Vliet.
No.
Great defense by Jaylen Brown. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Now you're
What are
in
they
trouble
doing?
because it's got 10-second differential. 5, 4. Van Vliet's going to have to put this up from 3, and it's deflected. Deflected.
What are they doing?
And the Celtics come down with it, and now the Raptors have to foul.
Yo, what are they doing?
Van Vliet couldn't get anything going to the basket. A huge defensive deflection here on the shot. This is Williams. Williams comes up big time. He absolutely gets a piece of this.
What? But what was that? You also have a timeout if you're Toronto. What do you?
Well, you picked Fred.
Yeah, but come on, man. I mean, that was bad. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. He didn't even get the shot off. I mean, Robin Williams coming in with the absolute. I called him Robin Williams.
No.
Jesus,
Grant Williams.
Grant.
2 huge defensive possessions. One by Marcus Smart. One by Grant Williams.
He comes in, basically plays the OG Anunoby role of locking down everybody, and he plays fantastic defense and stops Fred. Fred was trying to play one-on-one ball and just couldn't get open. Been seeing a lot of that in game 7s. They're never really high scoring, and the defense just locks down. And here the Celtics are going to have a 5-point lead with 8 seconds left. And I'll be honest here, if you're a Raptors fan,
this is tough.
Toronto
has just taken its final timeout in an attempt to advance the ball. It is a 5-point game, and the game may be over.
This may be the moment that Arya Stark, stabs the White Walker here and ends it for the North.
And the North.
Sorry if I ruined the game the Game of Thrones for anybody.
Spoiler alert.
But overall, I think the Raptors had this. Like they were in a really good position to probably win this.
Know. I mean,
no. I'm not going to say that they had it, but they were in a pretty good position to win this basketball game.
If
they get the rebound and don't let Tatum shoot that one, they run down the court, tie the game up, or at least take the lead with 38 seconds left.
Yes, they put themselves in a position to win.
They were in a pretty good position to win this game, in positions that they've also won games before in.
I agree. They found themselves down in fourth quarters, down in overtimes.
Once again, is this where it comes back to say if you had Kawhi?
Well, they've always been close games, right? They haven't been able to get over the hump of winning the close game. 8
Roblox,
seconds.
the game is not over. There is 8 seconds left on the clock. Boston is up by 5. We just turn off the game casting at the top because it will end the game before we actually see it over, so we don't spoil it.
And the thing is
8 seconds left. The Toronto Raptors are inbounding and they are down by 5.
The thing is, on that previous possession, without Kyle Lowry, the ball was stuck in the hands of Van Fleet. You don't have another guard that can come up and take the pressure off, so that's why he really had nowhere to go. As the inbound here is going to go to
Serge is
Siakam.
gonna put it
Siakam is
in,
going
and
to
it's
turn
just gonna be
around.
over. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
The Raptors are going to
Boston
try and save it.
Celtics,
Game.
the Boston Celtics win the series to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I gotta say, I did call the Celtics make it into the finals. This conference finals. This one was that I got right, but I got it wrong in the amount of games. I said game 6.
Yeah.
In 6 games. So it was actually 7 games here that the Celtics took it to. I have to say, huge credit and huge respect to the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, they made this a series. Absolutely.
If you're a fan of them or anything like that, a massive respect to you and all the fans for the Toronto Raptors and to the team as well. I actually think they played above their level. They took this to 7, and as we said about a few minutes earlier, I think they could have won this game.
Oh, they played better than Milwaukee.
They could have done they could have done better. And they put themselves in a really good position. I think the future is still bright if you kind of keep the roster as is for the Raptors. Nick Nurse is a fantastic basketball coach as well, so you're in really good hands that way. But you got to tip your cap to Boston. They just had a little more, and they were more consistent throughout the series. I mean, I would say they were in control probably most of the time. But the Raptors were always there to possibly steal the game, and they did 3 times. Unfortunately, just was not able to steal it one more time. I think the Kyle Lowry foul at the end, a foul him out of the game,
Big.
and that it was a little too much because, as you saw and as you said, I mean, Fred just kind of got stuck with the ball there. Maybe you run more action with Norman Powell as kind of the second scorer there, but I think it just kind of got stuck there. And I gotta say, Marcus Smart is showing up on the TV here, and I have to say, this guy is the MVP for Boston this series so far, 100%. I actually think he played maybe not the best statistically, but the impact that he has on the court, and also the impact that he has on the defensive end to turn easy defense into easy buckets, and his hustle all around, motivation, locker room leader. I would say he's kind of my most valuable player for the Celtics in this series. And I think moving on as well, I think he's basically proved to everybody that he is kind of the X factor for this team.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, it's phenomenal. His plays on the defensive end, that block really set the tone.
Good night, Roblox. Thanks
Roblox.
For hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. If you more than happy, please come back in the future.
A phenomenal way to close out the series, which, as you were mentioning earlier, the Raptors just phenomenal way to represent themselves. The way that they pushed this thing to win 2 straight games after finding themselves down 0-2, and then come back, win those 2, force a game 7 after a gutsy performance in game 6. After the Celtics blew them out, by the way, in game 5, they came in and responded. The reigning defending champions have fallen here in the East, but they went out like champions. I mean, they went out tough. Did not give anything easy to the Celtics. Now the Celtics have the challenge of Miami, and we are in for a phenomenal display of guard
I'm
play.
pumped. I'm actually going to be really disappointed if it's on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna
the first game's on Tuesday. I'm going to be pretty angry about that, because if we can't make that game, this game's going to be awesome to watch. It's going to be awesome to call. Just want to thank everybody in Twitch chat, everybody on the YouTube side. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for showing up, just talking to us in chat, answering or asking questions, all that type of stuff. It makes such a difference for us as commentators. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Akon. Thank you, Derek. I know all you guys are there. Others. I also want to thank you, Wide, for the follow as well on Twitch. Really appreciate that. NG Roblox, the follow on the YouTube side as well. So just want to thank everybody for that. And if you're enjoying the content or anything like that, just please click the follow button on Twitch, and you'll be notified when we go live. For YouTube, click the sub button. But really appreciate all your guys' support. It's kind of this whole NBA season, playoffs has been fantastic, and we can't do it without y'all.
And with that, we will see you back here tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon rather, 12:30.
Yeah, that is true.
Is
12.
The kick?
Well, hold on. I want to get a confirmation of the time. I think it is at
12 hours from now. We'll be back.
Yeah, I think in literally less than 12 hours we will be back. The match is starting at my time on East Coast at 12:30. So we will be back at 12:30 East Coast time, maybe 5 minutes before to watch You'll Never Walk Alone with back to the kickoff to the Premier League. So we'll get that going. Thanks everybody and appreciate it very much.
Good night.